Right, so hi again. So we've got in the bits and bobs while people aren't here. Is that the one I've just, yeah, that's the one I've just finished. Where is the new one? God, my mouth feels really dry as well. It's like problems then. Oh, sorry, it's like I'm not subscribed to a lot of channels like on this, and it's like I'm just seeing a very sad thumbnail, which is someone picking up on exactly what I pick up on all the time. Right. Um, Right, let's go with that actually. I wasn't going to start with that. I've got a couple of cards that I found, the usual, just kicking about, but because of that, because of that catching my eye, um, oh no, I need to cancel that because it's not going to be, that's not long enough. 2 hours. Right, come on, Soul Family, come and hang out. Where's everybody? It's because it's Friday night, man. Um, at least I know somebody's booked in for the Lionsgate portal. um, Healing, which actually, to be honest, I've never done that before. But Gemini is about the twins, 2 parts. If she comes on here, I might actually stop where I'm at halfway through and do hers. It depends on what, because again, I don't want to, keep someone up late if they're not going to be up that late. Because I was meant to be stopping this about 11:11 to do that, because then it would kind of go into midnight here. But now it's like this randomly always seems to take with my questions 2 hours 20 minutes or somewhere about that. So which would take us into Lionsgate portal. So we'll see if she comes on while I'm doing this, which is highly likely at some point. Then she might not mind me doing it a bit later. But I would need to stick to finishing this in 2 hours from now. I'm actually going to set an alarm. I could maybe speed it up a bit. Right, okay, so did I put, oh, I didn't put another thing. Um, that. Where is that? Here. Oh no, I'm going to need to take out all this stuff again because, that's annoying. Um, Sorry guys, I know this is annoying, but I didn't copy and paste what I fixed. Oh, wait a minute. Why is that? Oh, okay. Seems too easy. Again, so you might think something's too good to be true because I was like, oh. Right, I'm going to copy and paste that before I forget for the next one. Right. So if you missed the live I just done, what I was saying was I've just completed another 7-day fast, and to be specific, it was my seventh 7-day fast on the 7th, and although this will more than likely go into the 8th in this time zone anyway, and the subscribers reached 177, which stayed that for 3 days, and it only changed today and went up to more. So no coincidence around here. It's all about the 777. If you know Friends, that's quite funny. If you know, you know. But it's very high vibrational energy that I connect with God, and whatever it means to you. But yeah, let's get some messages because of specifically. So I'm feeling if the card comes out about don't let guilt get in the way of your happiness or something like that, or that's the kind of energy. But Venus, planet of love, has just went into Libra. So love, peace, and harmony. It's a good time to mend bridges and, you know, heal rifts and sort out arguments and all that kind of stuff. And with Mercury out of shadow now, communication is smoother. It shouldn't be as much confusion, illusion, mix ups, all that stuff. Right, what have we got? Because I'll be using these later. I usually use these right at the end, so that probably means something. These are the cards I usually use right at the end, and I'm using them at the beginning. So take from that what you will. Okay, well they're out to wow me anyway, but probably wow some of you right away. And right as I've pulled Union, right as I've just been saying, Venus is in Libra, which is about union, which I actually hadn't mentioned on this, but I did mention on the live that I done earlier today. And the reason it reminds me of union is because it is about you. Like the seventh house is about marriage. It's also about divorce, and there's a lot of that going on too. But a song has just come on the music channel right as I pulled that card that says "Too blind to see it." And also, this is why I've just been saying on that last live that I don't want to say the same stuff again, but I feel like I have to. The very last episode that I've just watched, the Once Upon a Time, the two that have been in love and weren't telling each other because they knew each other from the past, and then it's like the guy abandoned her, and it was all a bit of a rough journey, right? Sounding like the Twinflame journey already, isn't it? But basically, like, right, she's holding his hand and he's falling down the portal, and it's kind of like I was just like, go with him, even though I knew that I don't remember seeing it though, but I must have. Um, but um, it's just old age. That's what happens. I remember my dad saying that a while ago. He's like, you know, the great thing about when you get old is you can watch series that you've watched before and you don't remember, and I'm already experiencing it. But yeah, basically, right before he falls down the portal and then it closes, she's like, "You can't go, I love you." And she's like a very proud kind of, you know, always just kind of like, you know, not wanting to trust people and definitely not wanting to admit when she likes them and stuff. And also he was doing that too because he was actually engaged to somebody else who turns out to be like it's a fraud, you know, it's like a setup and everything like that. And again, I can't help noticing the coincidence. It's not a coincidence; it's a synchronicity that obviously this doesn't happen to everyone's twin flame, but it does happen to quite a lot of twin flames where the person they get involved with isn't what they seem. You know, it can be as dark gets, or it can be, you know, not as extreme, and it's just you're not right for each other. But yeah, it just like I'd said on that last live I just finished, it just feels significant that I've been channeling all of this week that the Lionsgate portal is a special time of, you know, if the opportunity is there, take it because the door will close again because it always does. Like as soon as it gets past the 12th, which is also the new moon in Leo eclipse. And eclipse seasons are my favourite anyway. There's just absolute magic happens in eclipse season, but it can also be very dramatic. So things like divorces, karmic breakups, because it's, you know, just this big energy. Good stuff too, but it can be stuff like that. Yeah, what just occurred to me was, you know, it's like I said, it's nice that they both admitted that they love each other, but it's a bit of a shame that then he's just been shot and he falls down another portal, which happens to be this fairy tales place, and she's still stuck in the everyday place. And well, you know what I mean? Like that's a bit shit, isn't it? And then the portal closes. Do you know what I mean? So it's like what I've been saying. Like the opportunity's gone, but you can just so you could take that for literal now, because I do feel it is a thing for some people. Maybe all of us. I don't know. I'm just channeling the message, but I do notice it every single year. But because you know because this Lionsgate portal is about manifestation. So it's like it is a good time to manifest things that you want. And if the opportunity is there and you don't take it, you miss it. And it might not come around again, or it might come around, but it might take years to come around again. And I explained that earlier, but you know, twin flames and timelines and being in the same frequency, it can get all really complicated. You could live like in the next street from your twin flame and never see them. Like, you know, I can think of people that like were a huge part of my past that actually live in the same little place as me, right? Like literally streets away. Never seen. I think I've person I'm thinking of, I've seen them like twice. Like, why is that? Because you're in a different frequency. Do you know what I mean? And then the same thing with like other friends from my past. Like I've shared that before. I've saw somebody from the window once. Fucking glad I wasn't walking about. And I saw when I saw one friend that was years ago, and that was actually well, it just makes sense to me why I saw they'd walk past me, but I had my hood up because like I said, I'm more Scorpio rising than the Leo midheaven that you see in here. I can't even bother talking to people, even if I do like them, to be honest. But because I was like, fuck that, and I hid. But it was because I was feeling down that day. So you see what I mean? Because my energy was low, it makes sense that somebody that I don't like anymore, basically, like walk past me. I don't resonate with. But yeah, union. So wow, obviously there's going to be more cards than that, but in case I can't find one because I'm not watching these back. Hello, Becca. How are you doing? I'm sure I'll watch them back at some point, but I haven't been because it's just like I'd rather watch Once Upon a Time. So I don't think we need any more from. Well, do we? So it's just what I've been saying is it's not for everyone, but for some people, union is it's imminent and it's very close, or it's at least reunion where you connect again with the person. And it's not a coincidence that the Gemini third house reading is all about it's always about communication. So because Gemini is about lots of other things, but it's always just communication that I pick up on when I do. Oh, what's this? Yes, unions soon because you've been calling in your twin flame. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And so also did I explain that? Yeah, Gemini is the third house of communication. It's also your neighbours. It's your close environment, and that's quite funny that I was just talking about my close environment, opposed to the opposite sign, Sagittarius, which is about going on holidays and traveling and meeting partners from from another country and stuff. It's keeping close to home. Is your siblings as well. And it's also gossip on the shadow side. It's lots more things than that. But that's what springs to mind. Feelings, yes, it's time to explore deeper feelings. Take time out to explore the deep feelings you're experiencing, and your spiritual journey is beginning. So for me, this is about like reunion and unions are happening because the masculine spiritual journey for some of them is it's either beginning like awakening in a huge way after challenges or they're ready for union. So all true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. Yeah, like it's the next part of the journey is to work out together. Love it. Okay, so if only it was all that simple with all of this, but that's what came through. So we'll believe it. Um, what I can see actually while I've been not eating for 7 days to be in a high frequency, it's also the films that I was watching my nieces yesterday. It's all about, you've got to believe, you've got to believe to keep the magic alive. I was watching Hercules yesterday, Becca. I thought of you when I was watching it. But yeah, I just, I love it just as much as I did as a kid. Because I was saying I was a bit annoyed when my wee 6-year-old niece was like, yeah, I want to turn this off now. Can we watch something else? And I was like, what? That you've been glued to it. Look like you're loving it. Nah, I want to turn it off. But then she put it on later, so I was like, yeah. I know I could watch it myself, but it feels a bit weird. Um, and when I was singing as well, when the other one popped up for a wee bit, she wasn't meant to be here, but she popped up for a wee bit. I started singing and she was like, could you not sing it? And I was like, but I want to. And it's my house actually. So I just sang a wee bit more and then I stopped. She's a bit of the boss around here. Or she thinks she is anyway. She's a Leo rising, so yeah, kind of that energy. Um, but yeah, so the other thing is I've put in the title communication for some around the Lionsgate portal because I do think that's a thing, but don't be delulu, use your common sense. If it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? But I do feel it for some people. And it's also got a lot to do with the fact that Mercury is out of shadow. So it just means smoother communication. I said this all in the other one, so let's get going with this because I'm already late. Oh shit, I've just realised. Hades is a vibe. He's a guy. He's a guy. Still my fave line. Yeah, I can't remember that bit. He's a guy. What's that about? Can't remember that bit. Is it in one of the songs? Right, so this is a wee random mix of cards that fell in my path. So, and they are all quite random. So we'll just see what I mean. I'll keep them beside me. Oh no, I put the Union card back. Right, Union there. I think we worked out that wasn't a place because I knocked it off before. So this is going to be for one of yous out there, or maybe it's for the feminine or the masculine. We'll just see. So you're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded. For twice, right? That's you told. And then I shit you not, I found shaman, ancient healing wisdom. So if you're new and you're not aware, I'm actually a shaman, and that's what I help people with. And also I help people with this curse. So hex, witchcraft, negative mind, and what I mean is I help to lift them, um, because I remove black magic, curses, hexes, all that horrible stuff, spells, which is all real. Because, like I say all the time, all of that in the modern world is gossip, slander, lies, confusion, illusion, all that kind of stuff. And you can see how it fits with that last episode I've just watched of Once Upon a Time, where the guy is engaged to somebody that is actually undercover and she's tricking him. And also, what's quite funny too is it's Emma that has to tell him. Like, Emma's like, I, I think she's up to something. Like, I don't think that's who you think it is. And then he's like, look, I know, it must be weird for you to see me with her. And she's like, no, it's not about that. But obviously it is because they're in love. But anyway, she was right, because she's a baddie. But that interested me because I've been watching Once Upon a Time and it's just got tons of shit about curses in it and stuff. And also, I'm not gonna lie, guys, like it's like films and programs. Like if you've seen Once Upon a Time, like I'm sorry, but a lot of what's in that is real. Like maybe not the kind of I'll just and like something manifests like that, but I mean it's a lot of the bad stuff in that is real. Like like I'm being reminded of why it's not good for children because there is a lot of like I don't like there's a lot of scenes where there's a lot of like just bodies lying all over the place because the evil queen just fucking kills people like that. She's like not even bothered. She just off. It's like it's quite disturbing. So I wouldn't want my nieces or any young children watching that. Like I would even say 12 is I would even say I wouldn't let kids watch that till they're 12 or 13, to be honest. But it's also really creepy how the shape shifting, and that is a real thing. Like that happens in this world where like they cloak themselves as someone else to trick people, and it's like that's quite scary. Like the mum's I think the mum's the scariest character. The evil queen's mum is evil, and that's why she becomes evil. And then the whole thing throughout Once Upon a Time is she's battling against her evil. We could translate this to be light and shadow, but it's a little bit darker than it's evil. You know what I mean? Because she's like I said, she's just ending people left, right, and center. Um, Hello, May. What's your name? May Urmo. Oh my God, I can't say your name. Can I just call you May? Thank you very much. Meg says he'd never do anything to hurt me, and oh yes, and Hades says he's a guy. Oh, all right. Yes, actually, I did clock that while I was watching it, but thanks for saying that because I've completely forgot. See, probably if I was watching that on my own, I probably would have wrote that down. So it's good that you're saying that because that totally wouldn't have come back to me until you said it. So yeah, I think I did notice that while I was watching it. Um, yeah, but I mean, women hurt guys too. Trust me, I've done enough sessions with men where women have really done a number on men. That's why I'm always saying like, don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed to like come and get my help if like somebody's really done a number on you because that's probably who this is for. Like you'll be completely fragmented. It's traumatized you. You need a shaman's support. And again, especially if they've cursed you, because hex, witchcraft, negative mind, that does remind me of nasty exes. Because it's like the nasty exes, male or female, that are like, nobody want you anyway, or, I wouldn't bother going anywhere because nobody's going, you know what I mean? Just all the horrible shit that exes say. You know what I mean? and much worse, I'm aware of, but can save someone for a long time, and it's not fucking true. Do you know what I mean? So the High Lady of Love and Compassion, reverence, kindness, consideration, that's giving the Snow White vibes again. So I feel this is going to be the energy of the Divine Feminine, that you've stayed in like unconditional love and compassion and kindness despite everything that's went on, and it's helping this masculine, or it's helped this masculine break free of a curse. So I just love how they're totally using the fact that I've been watching Once Upon a Time. They'll be doing this for the probably till Christmas. Whenever I get free, I mean, I think that's quite good. When I only started watching it, was it last week or was it this week? Fuck, that's crazy if it's this week. But I mean, it makes it. I've just got to the end of series 2, and there's 7 series. So yeah, I don't know how long that'll take me to watch, because I was only watching loads, again, like I said, because I've been fasting, it was to get me through it. So when I'm doing these, I won't be able to get it through it that quick. But anyway, it'll still come into it. That fell in my path too. I still secretly long for you. So somebody's secretly longing for you, and shield yourself. Yes, absolutely. Although the Lionsgate portal is very magical and mystical, heightened time of manifestation, and also the Lionsgate portal is open. Well, it's now from the 12th, but as I was saying, because the new moon eclipse in Leo lands on the 12th too, eclipses are not typically a time to make to set intentions. But it's interesting because the Lionsgate portal is good for manifestation and stuff. So my input would be, you'd be better kind of visualizing your highest outcome rather than setting intentions. Like, this is a time to just let things flow and go the way they're meant to go, or take action with things. Like, manifest it yourself. Don't fucking sit on your arse and wait for divine timing. You know what I mean? Seize the opportunity. That's what Leo's masculine energy. It's about doing something about it. Whether you're a male or a female, divine feminine, divine masculine. But we're talking about twin flame journey. The divine feminine stay put, and the divine masculines need to take action. And but everybody's needing to take action is different for each person. Um, but yeah, shield yourself because of this being a heightened time of union, which is probably why they got me to start with that card, to get people's attention. Shield yourself because, like I said, there are dark energies in this world that don't want you together with your twin flame, your person, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so protect your energy at this time. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. I'd do a hell of a lot more than that if I were you, but yes, that's a good place to start. So that's a bit of a big pile for the thumbnail, but I've learned by now. I've finally learned, I'm not going to oppose with a union card, but I think we'll leave that there because we know that I'll get other ones that I'll want to use. So before I forget, let's do one of these sacred sites cards. And I'm fucking cheesing. I found these. This is what's quite exciting, right? I've got tons of cards, but because I've got so many and I put them all in like different boxes and stuff, sometimes I don't find them for a year or 6 months or something. I want these ones for ages. So I wouldn't be, what does that say? Child eternal. Look, innocence. Someone's been manipulated. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if like things about kings and queens come out, because because of what I'm watching and because of what's come through in the other ones, or Prince as well. What's the other ones in this? Don Juan, because that was mentioned in one of the episodes I was watching. Um, Anything about the seductress, I can't remember what it says in this actually. Oh well, I can't remember. One of them says Prost. I'm not finishing the rest. That'd be funny because I was watching Pretty Women, but which is not a good card when that comes out. That's usually indicating it's been lured in by a siren kind of thing. But yeah, I'm excited to use him. What does this say? Reflection. Oh, that's a beautiful card. So again, the full moon at the end of the month, the full moon in Pisces eclipse might be significant, or they're talking about the last full moon in Aquarius because it's got a big full moon on it. But yes, reflection. Okay, and now with Saturn retrograde in Aries, it's a time for reflection up until mid-December on your boundaries specifically and things to do work. What is this song? Wait, that song sounds quite good, but I don't know what it is. Think about us. What the hell is that? Sony Fodero and DOD Poppy. Ah, what is this? That sounds like a dance song. Right, from what I can gather, it's like, do you think about it? I can't even say it, but it's saying, do you think about us? And I think it sounds like it's just saying that the whole way through it. But anyway, that was to remind me that we're doing the Lionsgate portal soon. But as I've just, and I've not even really got started, we're not doing it soon. But when I do see the person that's booked on for that, I will ask her how late she's staying up tonight to, right, anyway. So let's pull one of these cards. Don Juan Carlos Castanero. Right, okay. The priestess. I don't know the other ones. Too busy. You use being busy an excuse not to date. You must make time for a partner. So this could have been a problem for one person or both people. That's another deck I haven't used for a while. Right, so because I've got into the habit of doing a wee clearing of the energy and connecting to the new earth because it's very needed at this time. And let's be honest, if I didn't provide this on these, this you wouldn't do it yourself. Maybe some people do, but and I keep always meaning to do one, just a short one that people could watch because people have asked me, themselves. And again, I will do it at some point now that I'm saying it, but I've been saying that for years. So you could just watch whenever I do it on here though because people do love that in personal sessions. So what have we got? Wow us. If an Egyptian one comes out again, that'd be great. But we got Egypt a couple of other times. What energy is coming through? Oh, fuck off with two and two when they're that long. Borobudur. That looks like somewhere in India, but I might be wrong. We'll look. And Glastonbury. Oh, okay then. Got all the astrological symbols around the thing. What's on the back? Santiago de Compostela. Hmm, that looks interesting too. I've never been. I've drove through it, but well, been driven through it because I don't drive. But I'm not set for driving. No with all my difficulties. I don't think that'd be a good idea. And to be honest, after my crash, I'm not the best keen getting in cars. But I'm like, you can't live your life like that. I love just being the passenger when you're like driving nowhere. Does anyone else love doing that? Like, I just love it. Like, I remember when some of my friends passed their test, like quite young, when we're like, 17, 18, 19, all that. I just used to love driving with the music up loud and just fucking driving and just ending up anywhere. Um, but some people don't like that, like they want a destination. Do you like it too? Oh my god, Joyride just came on Roxette. That's hilarious. That is really funny. Oh my god, it's endless entertainment, isn't it? That is just so funny. Yeah, I like going for like long drives. See, I used to like it when I was wee as well. Like if for like driving to England, because some of my family live in England, so I used to like having all my wee snacks and stuff like that. So unfortunately, the holiday I'm getting is my mum and dad very nearby actually, because they're going to Ireland. So um, the place where I wanted to go on holiday. So that's a bit of a fucker, isn't it? But hey ho, I may still get there. There's still a few months left in the year. But no, what I was thinking is like they could just sort of, suss out. They're going to a really quiet place, but it's kind of like they could just kind of suss out that place for me, and then might be somewhere I want to go. Um, but yeah. But what is quite good is it was meant to be really like raining a lot, and then I noticed tomorrow it's actually 20. It doesn't look like there's any rain, so that's good. So I can just sit in the garden. Not that I'm like sunbathing, but it's just nice to just sit in a garden, like, because I've not got a garden. It's quite nice. Right. Okay, so oh, what is this? Oh, oh, that's quite significant. So I've thingied that song. So the song that's just came on there is called Roots, and it's Grace Davies. And basically, that song's really sad. It's all about someone that's like never like I can't remember any of the words, but it's basically clearly about someone that's not felt safe in their own home, like and like had a shitty kind of like childhood experiences and stuff. Actually, Rebecca, I think you'd quite like that. So you know what I mean, just because you're quite deep in that as well, I think you'd quite like that song. I normally skip it. It's quite sad, but okay. So why are we randomly naming? No, are you a real person? This is what I mean. Sometimes it's kind of hard to work. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt that you're a real person. Marek Arena, she can't say that. Mull of Kintyre is magical. Not been there either. Yeah, what I would say about Glastonbury is I kind of feel like I do want to go there at some point. I definitely do. And I remember Charlotte saying that there was something on there that she wanted to go to one year. I don't know if she did or if it's still yet to be. Like, but there's always stuff on there. But what I don't like about it is it just seems like it'd be full of like really extra people. Like, oh, I'm fucking amazing, and you know what I mean? Like, kind of like that, like big, massive spiritual ego that makes you want to fucking be sick. Like, um, that's kind of like what I think about with Glastonbury mainly, you know. So I don't think I could stomach that very long. Like, I think if I just went and I could look about a few crystals and meet a few nice people on my wavelength and not and kind of just like, avoid people like that are putting on a show, then I think we'd be okay. Like, but I think there's a hell of a lot of people like that. I don't think, I know there's a lot of false light in Glastonbury, but there's a lot of false light everywhere on the internet and person. So you've got to be discerning. It's kind of actually very similar to what I was saying about shapeshifting. You know what I mean? Like yeah, you've got to be really, really aware. You've got to be really alert and really discerning. Horny just came on too, so all of this could be significant. So I feel there's a lot of sexual energy in this coming through already, and I feel there's going to be something about childhood trauma or something coming, or something to do with childhood, because that's what that song's about. There's a lot of nice people there. Well, I'm glad to hear that because that counteracts some of the things that I've heard and my feeling on it. But there must be a lot of nice people there. If you're saying that, and Charlotte was saying she wanted to go, again, we'll need to ask her. I don't know if she ever got there. I can't remember when she said it. I don't know if it was about going there this summer or if it was about, I don't know. But yeah, I've got mixed feelings about it because, like I said, it is somewhere I would want to go at some point. But yeah, I don't know. Well, if you're saying that, I'll trust you. And maybe Charlotte's been before too. I don't know if Charlotte had been and wanted to go again or. Right. Okay. So let's read Glastonbury because as soon as we're talking. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we'll do the activation at the end. So Glastonbury. No, we'll just do it quickly now. So close your eyes if you want to. And we're just going to do a wee quick clearing and then we'll read the cards. So breathing in, telling yourself relax, and breathing out, telling yourself release. I'm just going to make sure that doesn't go. I think it's because I didn't. Just checking why that keeps going off. I set alarms for everything. I don't think it's. I don't think it'll go off again. Yeah, there we go. It's helpful though when that goes off by accident sometimes because the song will be part of it. So breathing in, telling yourself relax. Breathing out, telling yourself release. Breathing in, telling yourself relax while I drink some of this disgusting salt water. Charlotte, I was just talking about you. How are you? You're just in time to close your eyes and do the wee activation, and then I'll chat about what we were talking about. Breathing in, telling yourself relax, and breathing out, telling yourself release. Breathing in, telling yourself relax, and breathing out, release. And I want you to begin to imagine a cloud of sagey mist whirling above the top of your head. And as I'm actually going to be doing a big clearing, probably ending my shamanic journey at some point on a separate live after this, we'll just do the tornado clearing the energy on this so that we can get on with this. So imagine that turning into a tornado and it's going right from the top of your head, above all your chakras, going down, whizzing down, clearing your energy, goes all the way down your feet, and then it goes from your feet, growing down the roots of the tree. Oh, the song was called Roots, growing down, 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 all the way down to the bottom of Mother Earth, however you imagine that to be. And disconnect from the old earth of fear, lack, and negativity. Letting go of the pain and the karma to not repeat the karmic lessons with the karmic people. Although there will always be some sort of lessons coming our way, or life would be boring. And keeping the lessons because it makes you who you are. And I think we can all agree when you learn a tough lesson about however many people, whatever area of life, you certainly, well, I certainly do remember it and I try not to make the same mistakes again, but it does make us who we are. As I say all the time, which I believe was Tupac, but who knows if it was. People make mistakes, but mistakes make people. I've got a feeling that wasn't Tupac and he said that from someone else, but whatever. So, now we connect to the new earth of peace, calm, abundance, balance of your masculine and feminine, pulling up that energy from the new, stronger chords, and just set a personal intention for whatever it is, whatever healing it is you need tonight, whether it's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, or financially. Extra emphasis on the financially, actually, because typically when I do these Lionsgate portal healings, when I do it on Zoom, like as a private page, you know, like with a group of people, and it's not on YouTube, is what I mean. Because because I stream through Zoom, just to eliminate the confusion there. Oh, that was a big word, Claire. Um, yeah, people have like manifested like huge amounts of money and stuff. Like I'll put that in the comments after, but I put it in the comments of the one that I done earlier. So yeah, calling in the abundance for people. It's about fucking time if it's not already came. Calling in our birthright. Um, and that's what I mean about. I would use this new moon coming on the 12th to visualize what it is you want rather than like setting a new intention. Eclipses just aren't a good time for that. It's a weird time. And we're very close to the eclipse hallway. Um so yes, now and just collectively we'll just set an intention that with whatever comes out in this true story, but always use your fucking common sense. It might be yours, it might not. It might be yours you don't even know because it's so far down the timeline. If it's the past, obviously you're going to know because it's already happened. If it's presently happening, obviously you're going to know. So that's how you'll know. And again, you can resonate with bits and not resonate with other bits. And that's why I was going to say I make them so long. I don't mean to make them so long. It just is what it is. And they always randomly seem to be about 2 hours and 20 minutes, which isn't great when I was wanting to end this about now. So I want you to pull up from the new earth. And yes, so what am I feeling the healing is tonight? I feel the collective healing, so it might come through in what, in the big story that we're about to channel, or it might not, but I'm feeling there's a real sense of heaviness, like guilt that's needing to be released, heaviness, sort of shame, guilt, sacral chakra, sort of heavy stuff, to bring in more creativity, because that's Leo energy is about your creativity, and it's also passion. But it feels like some people's fire's been put out in some type of way, or but also forgiveness because of the Venus going into Libra. I feel there's a lot of stuff about forgiveness coming in because that did come on the live earlier. But right, so now I'll bring you back if you've even took part in closing your eyes, and then we'll read Glastonbury. So I was just saying that about you, Charlotte, that you'd wanted to go there. So I don't know if you'd already been or if that's something that you want to do at some point. So breathing in. Oh no, we've already done that bit. Why am I doing that? So going to count from 10 to 1, and when I get to 2, you're going to think about opening your eyes. And when I get to 2, no, when I get to 1, you're going to open your eyes, wide awake, wide awake. I can't blame Mercury retrograde anymore because we're out the shadow. So what I am going to blame is the fact that I don't like blame and shame, so I'm kind of kidding. It serves no one. It's not going to change anything, is it? It's the fact that I haven't eaten for 7 days, which is why I'm being extra on the ball about drinking. So I would really, really appreciate actually if you can all remind me to take a drink. It's going to be annoying because it's been annoying with my timer going off every bit. But if it seems like it's been about 15, 20 minutes and I haven't drank anything, it would be great if people remind me. I could actually just set a timer on my phone to do that. I think I should do that too as backup, to be honest, because it is important that what's that? What's that timer for? Is that? I have no idea. Oh, it's 11:11. Make a wish. Well, that's kind of special that we're starting at 11:11. So 11:11 could be significant, either literal time or for things aligning. Right, I've set a wee timer for 20 minutes. Right. Counting out now from 10. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Thinking about opening your eyes. 1, opening your eyes. Wide awake, wide awake. And before I read Glastonbury, yeah, me and Becca were just saying there, Charlotte, I was just saying, I always say the same thing. I've got mixed feelings about Glastonbury because I do want to go at some point. But I've heard from other people and I've also just sensed it myself, like the kind of false light that can cut about there. But I know that there'll be a lot of nice people there too. So I know that if you're wanting to go there, it'll be all right. And Rebecca's saying she's been a couple of times and it's nice. So I will trust that. I was just going to go anyway at some point, but I was just wondering if you'd ever got there. Right, there we go. So, Glastonbury, energy focus blossoming, location Somerset, England. Yeah, I know that's what I just said. There is, but there is a lot of. I've seen it. I've seen it online too, and it put me off. I used to go there a lot with my mum and dad. Oh, that's nice. It's just put me off because I've seen things online that's put me off too. But I'll go at some point. I'll ignore that. So, lower world past for hundreds of years, Avalon, the Isle of Enchantment. Um, I know, as Wiltshire came out on the thing the other day, that was crazy. And you're next door to it, and Charlotte was born there. Funny the synchronicities. Um, named after the demigod Avalok, ruler of the underworld. Avalon, we were just talking about Hades as well. Avalon was the place from which the dead embarked for the other world. Contemplate the Grail made. Oh, maybe that's why I'm being guided there. I don't know. I don't think I'd ever taken that on board, to be honest. And I should have, because I channel things about Avalon all the time, but I really don't think I took that on board. Contemplate the Grail Maiden now, and she offers you a cup of holy water, inviting you to take a sip and connect with your inner divine feminine, regardless of your gender, remember. The Grail was originally sacred to the goddess worship, but entwined with the story of Christ's Last Supper, Joseph of Arimathea, who assisted at Christ's burial, brought such a vessel here, filled with Christ's blood and buried at the entrance to the underworld. If you struggled in youth against attempts to educate or culturally condition you, you may benefit from the natural earth powers of the site, which can allow you to absorb the information in different ways. That's so interesting. That feels connected to that song going on. It is time to reawaken your gifts of psychic wisdom and harness them to gain better understanding. Start with the scrying ritual opposite. Oh, hello, Marie. Oh my God! And now we've just manifested someone saying they're going at the weekend. Of course you are. This is hilarious. But Marie, don't you live like there? Like you live like really close, don't you? Because I remember when I was driving through there that time, it was like I remember I was like, oh, that's a bit of shit I didn't like manage to see. That's so funny. You, Marie, you normally come on at the one in the morning ones. What are you doing here this early? It's a bit early for you. But welcome. I've been a couple. Oh right, you have been. You've been a couple of times. Chalice Wells was lovely. I didn't go to the tour. Yeah, I do want to go there at some point. which I see pictures of it, never appeals to me, because Gregory Scott, that that died last year, that I loved, he often used to film me things there, and that made me want to go there. Yeah, I thought that you're quite close. Yeah, I will go at some point, because I do always feel called to go, but right, okay, so Middle World Present. The Celtic name of the tour, of course, the Celtic name of the tour, the Great Hill of Glastonbury, was, oh God, I cannot say that. How the fuck are you meant to say that? How could someone phonetically tell me how I say this? YNYS. Eunice. I don't know how else to say that. Eunice Witrin. Probably not saying that very well. Meaning Isle of Glass, and it was said Gwyn ap Nudd, the fairy folk's god of the dead, seen on this card as an owl, lived in a glass castle with a hill. Many legends are associated with Glastonbury, such as Joseph of Arimathea, who said to brought his young nephew Jesus Christ here. Right, look, I'm clearly needing to go here. With all this mention of Jesus Christ, I always get guided to the places connected with Mary Magdalene. I think I'm needing to balance the scales here. I'm really getting this. At Glastonbury, he planted his staff, which grew into the holy thorn, whose flowering represented the birth of Christianity in Britain. Joseph is credited with founding Glastonbury Abbey, with King Arthur. Oh, and I love King Arthur stuff. King Arthur and Queen Guinevere are said to be buried. One day Arthur will awaken to defend us. Oh, that line's sticking out. So this is definitely about some of the divine masculines awakening, like, the sleeping kings awakening from their slumber, like what happens in Once Upon a Time. Your voice always helps calms me when I'm feeling wobbly. Oh, I'm sorry that you're needing calming, but I'm happy that my voice calms you. And also, we're calling in a lot of healing on these lives tonight, with it nearly being the Lionsgate portal. One day Arthur will awaken to defend us. Yet that definitely feels like the divine masculine stepping up. Obviously, it's not all of them. I wish it was, but it's definitely some of them are ready for action. Oh, I love that song. This is the rhythm of the night. The night, oh yeah. The rhythm of the night. They just don't do songs like that anymore, do they? What aspects in your life need awakening right now? The masculine in general needs awakening. Hair flip. Potential. The Tor. So this is the future energy, or the potential. I like that they call it the potential rather than the future. The tower on the Tor is all that remains of a church named for Michael, the mighty archangel who battles confusion. Right, okay, I'm done. I'm sold. These are like all the favorite energies. Like Archangel Michael is like really one of my strong ones that I love. I did not know this. This is what I mean about I love this. I'm so random that I don't always know logically, but I'm channeling it, and obviously I'm always feeling like I need to go there at some point, but it's like my head's like, oh, I don't know, there's something. But obviously I meant to, and then if users saying it's good, then I need to go. A carving on this tower honors the goddess. But I could live vicariously through you, and you tell me how much fun you have there, Marie. Bridget in the form of St. Bridget. The tower marks the point where the ley lines of Michael and Bridget intersect. Yeah, I think I'm meant to go there for the ley lines or something. The heart chakra of the world, because that's why I feel I'm meant to be getting pulled to Ireland. So again, my mum and dad can do that for me. The zodiac ring on the card refers to a huge map of the stars embedded in the Glastonbury landscape, said to allow communication with the heavens. With great practice, teleportation is possible. Oh, hello, totally in line with Once Upon a Time. Try it. Imagine traveling through the mists of Avalon from the Chalice Hill. That's annoying. I've got an Avalon deck. I've no idea. I think I've got two, but I don't know where it is. The Chalice Hill to the Tor, then rising up to the planets. Yeah, I'm astral traveling all about the planets all the time. I don't need to do that. In the upper world, antlers instill the male energy of the god in the forest, the green man, whose protection balances the female energy of the lower world's Grail maiden. Glastonbury is the point where the powers of Michael and Bridget and the green man and the Grail maiden, and this sounds like an episode of Once Upon a Time, of the divine masculine and the divine feminine meld together. OMFing G. Remember what we pulled at the start? And Venus has just went in Libra, which is about union. That's union energy. The melding of the divine feminine and the masculine. Whoa. Offering a complete picture and allowing the seeds of knowledge to blossom into the flowers and fruits of understanding and wisdom. Whoa. Many are the ways to connect with Avalon. Prepare for the scrying ritual by watching a movie about King Arthur, Merlin, and Morgan Le Fay, or by reading Geoffrey Mammoth's work. Like, look, I think I can get off by the fact that I'm watching Once Upon a Time, and that King Arthur film is one of my favourites, so got to be in the mood to watch it though. You may wish to dress in flowing robes and a cloak and walk through nature at dusk. I'm going to give that one a miss. I'm too scared really to go out that late at night on my own. I don't advise that for anyone really. When you're ready to begin the scrying, put on some medieval music and some Arthurian inspired contemporary music and pray over a bowl of water. Take a beautiful goblet or a glass and fill it with prayed over water, then gaze into it as you awaken your scrying skills. What do you see? Avalon is calling you. Let ancient memories of that time stir within you and give you glimpses of who you really are. Quite mystical for the Lionsgate portal. I've been writing some stuff today for the retreat I'm running. Oh, congratulations! That's good. People ask me to do that, and I'm not ready to do that this year. It's been a bit of a interesting year, but I will do it at some point. But yeah, congratulations. In October, I was writing about the tour. Lovely. Right, okay, so Borobudur. Right, let's see. Oh, I can't really be bothered reading this one too, but we better. Because it'll probably have some kind of whoa synchronicity. Right, Borobudur, and it's just not. Why is it? It's so annoying when they're not in alphabetical order. Here is the thing to tell you. Oh, I'd just rather flick through it and see it. Right, Borobudur. There it is. Found it. See? Sometimes you just got to be random and trust. So, okay, I thought, right, so it's Java, Indonesia. So, and the energy focus is authenticity. The lower part of this card depicts the realm of desire. Oh, see, I did say that. I felt there was, some spicy, hot desire energy in there. I didn't say it like that, but I did say passion. I can't remember why I said that. Sensual desire dwells here, and that must actually, that's so funny, because for some reason I've got my Tantra cards there. And they're not, don't worry, they're not extra. I've got another deck that I got. I don't, trust me, I don't know. I don't think I would, well, I definitely would never use them on this in public. If I did, I would pull it and I would kind of just, I don't know, try to explain what was on the card without it, like maybe in a funny code or something, but they're like really dirty. I was like, I can't remember what it was called, but it was called something like, I don't remember, but I didn't realize they were going to be quite so, yeah. So, like I said, they're either for a Patreon and they would make some interesting readings, or I don't know, um, but yeah, these ones are quite lovely. They're about divine union and all that kind of stuff. That's probably why they got me to get them. But I was kind of like, oh, why am I picking them up? Right, so did I read that? Sensual desire dwells here, represented by two erotic Indonesian dancers. In Buddhism, sensuality is seen as a distraction from the spiritual quest. That's why a lot of twin flames can't get together. That's serious. Yeah, somebody said that to me once, and it is true. It's like, if you got together with your twin flame too soon, you would just, you'd forever be at it and you wouldn't get on with your spiritual your spiritual quest or your mission. So it's quite true. Does your frustrated longing for another person, whether that is someone who does not return your feelings or who's not willing to commit to you fully, or simply an unfocused desire to be in a relationship, make the rest of your life meaningless? The Dharma chakra, wheel of Dharma, power symbol, reminds you of the teaching of the Buddha that enlightenment lies beyond desire, hatred, and delusion. Think now about the things you long for. Do your desires help you on your spiritual path or merely make you unhappy? Do you really know the person you yearn for, or are you simply responding to physical appearance? I think we can all tell by how much I comment on the good-looking men and anything I'm watching, really, that does matter to me. I mean, I mean, it's Leo season, so you know, I mean, it's a time to just own it because, like I would say, Leo people are always good looking, regardless of gender. Like it's just a thing. It's just they are. Um, but no, all jokes aside, although I'm not joking, I'm not one of these like uber spiritual people that's going, oh, your looks don't matter. No, that it does. I need to be attracted to somebody to even kiss them, let alone do anything else. I can only count on one hand a couple of times when I've kissed somebody when I didn't fancy them whatsoever, and it doesn't bring up good feelings. Do you know what I mean? And I was also younger, but it's like no, it's what's the point? Do you know what I mean? Right, okay, so um anyway, moving on. So I like my twin flame for more than just how he looks, just stressing that he has got a beautiful soul. So he's got the light and the shadow, but he's he's good looking too. Remember that beauty is fleeting. Are you angry because you don't have a big home or an expensive car? Do you really want these things or just feel the need to keep up with others? Keeping up with the Joneses? Does what you want serve you your highest purpose? Be honest with yourself here and seek insight through meditation. So these cards are both giving us a bit of insight that one of the people that are going to resonate with this, the feminines or the masculines, could be getting led to places like Glastonbury or anywhere around the world, have something to do with the ley lines, or just being called there for some reason. Maybe you had a past life there or something. And with this, it feels like, you know, someone's had a problem with lust and materialism in the past, because this is a past energy, and, you know, just being distracted by the woman in the red dress from the Matrix, you know, like it's not real, it's an illusion, which has already came through with all the other synchronicities I've channeled about. So the present energy is Borobudur is the largest Buddhist temple in the world, boasting 2,772 relief panels and 504 statues of the Buddha. Viewed from the sky, the temple forms a giant mandala, representing the three realms of Buddhist cosmology. As pilgrims ascend a path that circles the monument from its base to the top, they pass the realm of desire through the realm of forms to the realm of formlessness, the spiritual realm. Take a look now at the world you've created in your life. Which role are you most uncomfortable with? Are there any parts of your life that you wish you could change? It's time to take steps to rewrite your story of your life. The rest is still unwritten. Decide now what you wish to be and be it. Yes, manifest it in the Lionsgate portal. Take action as everybody's free to feel good is on the telly. Okay, the upper world potential. Buddha invites you to awaken as he did. He never claimed to be a god or a prophet. He was simply a human being who gained the most profound understanding of life. He realized that oh, we failed on the water reminder. Mind you, I don't, it's, oh no, see, I intuitively remembered. There's 3 minutes left, but that's fine. I remembered a bit early. Oh my God. Make it stop. Sorry, I've been getting salt water all week because I've not been eating, if you've missed that bit. Oh dear, but we don't want me keeling over on here. So, but actually, it does mean because I'm drinking so much water, I probably will, rather than going straight on to the Lionsgate one, I will need to go for a pee. Oh, actually, before I read the rest of this, Charlotte, you're the only one that booked ahead for the Lionsgate healing. Are you okay with me finishing this? Meaning, I mean, do you think you're going to be up late? Because if you're not, what I could do is, what basically, to be cute, what I was going to do is I was going to start originally the plan, but the plans fucking went to shit. Um, sorry, that every time I say it like that, it always reminds me of the Notebook. You know, when he's like, "Your plan shut the hell." You know what I mean? You slept with me and you're engaged to him. What you gonna do? You know what I mean? It's like, anyway, so the Notebook might be relevant here too. But yes, the plan was I was going to stop at 11:11 when clearly I actually really only got going with this at 11:11, like the main bit. But it's because I'm doing this card, I'm doing the healing bit at the start as well. Yeah, but I was, going to start at 11:11 so that I could channel a bit of collective energy, and then it would be, midnight, and we'd be into the official Lionsgate portal in our time zone anyway. So, but because I'm aware I'm going to finish this a bit later, I can't remember. Well, according to my timer, I was planning to finish this in an hour, but I mean that is 12:30. So is that too late for you, or? Because if it is too late for you, what I'll do is I'll stop whenever, I'll stop. I don't know. I'll stop at like whenever you want me to, and then I'll do the Lionsgate because nobody else is booked on it, and then I'll do the Lionsgate one, and then I'll go because like Gemini's about the twins, so if it's in two parts, it doesn't matter. That's my theory. But I just because the time's all fucked up. So yes, I'm washing up right now as water is being turned off tomorrow morning. But I mean, do you think you are still going to be up in an hour? Because I would start right away with you, because I know that's a bit later. But I know you stay up late like me, don't you? The thing is, I say like me, but it's so funny. I was pissing myself. When was it? Like yesterday. Like some nights, I honestly wind down for bed really early. Like I'm obviously it was different this week because I was fasting, but I shut my curtains at like 7, and I was like ready to go to sleep. Like well, I knew I wasn't going to go to sleep, but I was like, getting sleepy. Probably about this time or a wee bit sooner. So you know what I mean? But like sometimes I'm ready to go to sleep at like 10:30. It really just depends. So I don't always stay up late. I'm just totally random. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's just when I'm doing this, obviously, all that goes out the window. Um, but yeah, I'll just wait and see what you're saying. I'll read this. Um, where did I get to? He realised that every living being has the same basic wish to avoid suffering and to be happy. In our search for happiness, we spend much time and energy chasing after our desires. Buddha asks now if you're fulfilled. If your answer is yes, then Buddha congratulates you for realising that problems arise only when you respond to difficulties with a negative state of mind. I'll read that in a minute. If your answer is no, then Buddha congratulates you on your honesty and suggests that now is the time to seek the path to happiness by responding to life with a peaceful mind. Doing this will encourage you to be responsible for your life and to live authentically. I didn't even know that's a word. Return of the Mac is on, so perhaps there's going to. Well, we already know. I've already channeled. There's going to be a return of someone. Return of the Mac. Return of Mac. There's this guy I watch shorts of. I've said it before. Like I love watching dancing things, and it's so random. Like he just goes and like dances in what looks like an American supermarket. But I fucking love it. He's brilliant. It's his wife does it too. It's just, and although it's like it's a bit annoying because he always uses the same songs, but he's just like the guy oozes joy. Like he has to be a Leo. Like there's no way he's not a Leo. If he's not a Leo, he's a Leo rising. Put it that way. But he's like so fucking happy, and most of the people that are doing their shopping, it looks like it's in somewhere like Costco or something. But I mean, it might, yeah, it looks like Costco. You know what I mean? Like, what does America have Costco? It just looks like it's somewhere like that. And most of the people join in, but now and again you see people that are like, "What the fuck?" Do you know what I mean? They're like, "No, I don't want to be on it." But most people like join in, like you get like older women and that are like, "Yes, I've just fucking bagged a dance partner in the middle of the day on a Tuesday." But it's funny. But he uses that as one of them as well. Does he? I'm sure he uses that on some of them. But okay, so it's you know what I mean. It makes me happy seeing other people do stuff like that. Like, and not everyone's like that. Like some people are just kind of like, what the fuck are they doing? But I just think, see when you see people that are like confident enough and a bit crazy to kind of just start dancing in the middle of the street or kind of like dancing or somewhere, I'm like, they're not hurting anyone, and they're probably making a lot of people's days, especially if they're going up and dancing with somebody that hasn't danced in God knows how long, or you know what I mean. Like I don't know, stuff like that makes me happy. Um, right, so sit comfortably on the floor, your hands resting on your lap. Oh, did I read all of that? I don't think I read all of it. Maybe I did. Doing this will encourage you to be responsible for your life and to live authenticity. Oh, I can't say that. According to your true self, the more you practice the meditation below, the clearer your mind will become. You'll begin to see things as they truly are, and peace will be installed in your life, and you'll be an enlightened Buddha, and that'll be it. You won't need to do any more. Obviously, that was a wee joke that I added on at the end. Right, I'm just going to read this before I read it. If I can be in bed around 1-ish, that would be good. I'm shattered today and I'm struggling to sleep for the last 2 weeks, but yesterday and today I've been sleeping. Right, what we'll do is, when does that make us stop? Yeah, so that means that my timer, I've got an hour left, right? So it means that that's the time that I gave myself to finish this. So if I kind of just don't spend forever in a day on each of the bits, that would work, because I'll just go straight on and do yours, and then you can go to bed, and then I'll do whoever else wants it, and then I'll finish with a collective one. Is that okay? Right. So this meditation is called True to You. Sit comfortably on the floor, your hands resting in your lap, palms upward. You may wish your thumb to touch your second finger. Close your eyes and breathe deeply and slowly as you relax into the rhythm. Right, we ain't got time for that. We've kind of just done something like that, but I'm just going to read it out. With each breath out, feel your tension disappear. So again, we just done something very similar. Bring your attention to the great mandala of Borobudur. I don't know if I'm saying that right. See it revealing to you the mysteries of the cosmos and where you have come from, where you are now, and where you will return. Now, thank you though for understanding, because it's probably better than breaking it up. But I would have done that if you wanted me to. See it revealing to you the mysteries of the cosmos and where you have come from, where you are now, and where you will return. Now begin to chant a mantra such as Aum, Aum, Om. Either out loud or silently. It's spelled AUM. Continue to chant as you watch your third eye from inside. When any thoughts come into your mind, acknowledge them and then dismiss them as you continue to meditate in this way until calm descends on you. Right, okay, let's crack on with this. Right, so Gemini is about fast, fast, fast. So I can do, oh look, Cher believes on. Do you believe in love after love? Is it in love after love? Or I always say the same thing, or love after life. It does mean love. It makes more sense if it's love after love, if you've been fucked over in love, eh? Do you believe in love after love? I fucking hate that song. And yes, I'm going to tell the story again about when a neighbour was playing it when I was a teenager, and my dad got so annoyed as well that he actually put like not be, it was kind of like bantery, but you know, it's I don't know, it's funny. But he put a bit of paper up saying share is shite. I think he just put it on the middle land. Like nobody likes share is shite. It was quite funny because she just it was fucking. I don't know what the hell she was playing at. I don't know if she went out and left on repeat, but I swear to God, that song was on repeat for hours. I was like banging my head against a wall. You know, obviously I wasn't doing that, but inside I was like, make it stop. I'm not being funny, but that's like me 19, 20-year-old me or something. I would have been, if that was now, I'd be like, I'm not being funny. Come on. I know you like the song, but surely you can listen to something like, fucking hell. I cringe on the Spotify even putting it like, you know, if I'm like, oh yeah, I like that song, and I want to put it on again, I even cringe if I put it on a second time. Like that's how paranoid I am. But oh, it was all fucking night. That's every time I see that song, that's what I think. Right, so I'm excited to do this now because these are the best cards for identifying the energy. So think of all the ones I said before and let's see if they come out. Now, what happens here is I'm going to ask for the energy of the feminine, but a lot of the times they give us the karmic energy around the feminine, so we'll just tune in. So give us the energy of the divine feminines, all of the people that are going to resonate with this. What does that say on the... Right, so Trickster came out, but the good news is it came up right. So it says transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. And if you think about it, that actually makes sense with a lot of what I've been saying on here. That, yeah, I don't like it when people, I don't like to copy. I don't like to copy what other people do. I don't like to be a sheep. Like I like to be different, and you know, so I feel that's the energy of the feminine here. But I also feel like you could be a divine feminine that you've got an eye for tricksters. I wanna sex you up. There's a lot of desire in this, so we're gonna have to use. Wait a minute, I'm gonna put them there. I'm gonna forget. Let's just come on. That's the most hilarious song, eh? Like, what the hell? When they were writing that, what on earth were they thinking? So it says manipulating others should duplicity at the bottom, but it kind of flipped and it came out like that. So yeah, I also feel, oh, I've been talking a lot about shapeshifting here, but shapeshifting isn't always in a bad way, although it completely is in once upon a time. I feel you could be a bit of a shapeshifter. Like if you wanted to blend in, you could. If you can't really be bothered speaking to people in that, or um, like what else? Misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. Okay, so if you're good at spotting that trickster illusion energy, you could have had to deal with some sort of narcissistic energy, or quite a few, in the past or now. So you're good at spotting it. And you have the Midas touch, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. I'm not going to read the other side if it's coming up the way it is. Right, okay, so so I don't want to pull too many, but what's in the back? Gossip. Oh my god. Remember I said the shadow side of Gemini is gossip. So I don't want to pull too many here, but yeah, what I'm getting here is the feminine is, you don't like to go with the crowd, right? You like a bit of unpredictableness. You don't like stuffiness, boring kind of, you're unconventional, unpredictable. You can spot narcissistic energy a mile off. You've got the Midas touch and gossip, so that's given it could attract a lot of jealousy. And because it came up at upright, it says awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. But yeah, I also just feel it means that you're good at like dispelling throat chakra. That's to do with gossip. You know, you're good at dispelling what's true and what isn't, and helping people if they've been a victim of this. That's quite interesting because earlier today I saw a post and it was like, you can always tell who the narcissist is, right? Because they'll have a crowd of people around them just agreeing with them, and it'll be the victim will be on their own. And that is true. Like I've had that happen to me in my life where I'm in the right and things have happened to me. But like I've said before, like what I mean, it's like when people are in that energy, they'll just get them and all their pals to back them up, and you've not got a leg to stand on. But it's kind of like, um, but I do think there's some circumstances where that isn't true. Like, and you might have more people who went through the same. You might have people around you, but I don't know. I think I saw that for a reason. But I feel at some point the feminine has been a position like that where you're telling the truth and people are siding with the energies that are not telling the truth, whether they're narcissistic or not. But it's gossip, believing gossip that isn't true. Thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidence, or that happened to you. Like people have been talking about your private business. A trickster gossip, yeah. I think like a nasty fucker's been involved here somewhere. Anyway, super conscious creator. Oh, I like the name. Oh, wait a minute. You've been on before, Have you just changed your name? I recognise the wee picture. What's your name? I think you've been on before. Right. Okay. Let's get the masculine energy now. Is Dawn One going to come out because that was mentioned in that episode? Especially because it's mentioned stuff about chasing lusts and stuff like that. Hmm. Feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. Yeah, so that's kind of giving people that seek validation from just anyone. And unfortunately that is in line with that song went off, you know, like if you didn't get what you needed at home, you've seek just attention elsewhere and validation and not from the right people because it came out in the very. So I did say that at some point when I picked up this deck, like I got like an innocent, like someone's been manipulated, you know, like from a child. So like they can't spot that. So I'm geeking out already. This makes sense. That's why the feminine's very good at spotting that, and maybe the masculine isn't. Like they could be now if they've already been fucked over and stuff. Sorry to be blunt, but that's what that's given. To be honest, this feels like collective of twin flame energy. A lot of what I'm saying here, because again, that's what I do. You know what I mean? I can spot a trickster, a narcissist a mile off, and well, I'm an entrepreneur, and yeah, you know what I mean. It's the Midas touch. Well, people seem to get a lot of the healing out of this, and yeah, always dispelling the gossip because, like I said, it's just witchcraft. So, cause my North Node in Gemini in the eighth house is meant to do that. Like I'm meant to share information to enlighten the darkness so that it's brought out into the open. Poet. See, I always connect poet cards with the masculine. So something is awakening in the masculine that's like, you know, it feels like love. It feels like Venus going into Libra, or part of their awakening is it could be making them a bit of a wordsmith, you know, having a bit of a way with work. Like this has always been inside you, but it's like awakening in a bigger way. So you might find yourself writing down things about how you feel or writing actual poetry. And I've said this before, but you know, I've had a lot of people I've worked over the years that I've got a gift for poetry that they weren't sharing. And like they share it with me and then I encourage them to share it, you know, with the wider world than they have done. So it's yeah, it's about like my gift is helping you find yours. So I help people with their creativity. Sorry, I use that fucking lip thing, right? Oh shit, I never put the timer on again. Um, I'll put it on again now. I used that lip tint thing, and I thought every time I use it, fucking, it's all over my hands. You know, it's still over my hands. It's under my nails. I got it off a little bit better, but I'm not a fan. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm sticking to my lipstick and my fucking lip balm that's got a tint. You know what I'm saying? It's it's like I'm sure there's still bits out on my. Because the other times I think I only done it the once. I'm sure this is the second time. I had to no twice I done it. I had to scrub it off, right? So what was the point? I had to scrub it off anyway. Um, and I thought if I scrub it, it's going to take all my other makeup off. But this time, like I said, I peeled most of it, but it's just a horrible feeling. Right, so poet, light attribute, expresses soul insights in symbolic language. So the masculine has a gift of poetry, or they've got a way with words, which after isn't always the way. So a lot of time it's about the masculine not being able to say how they feel. So this could be a very big shift in a masculine. Oh, here's another child card. Child divine. Oh, fuck, that's what I said. Again, because if you're new to me, that's what I always say. It's just God and the guy speaking through me. So I kept using the word, I kept feeling the word innocence. And that's definitely what that song is about. Innocence, purity, and redemption. Yeah, and there's the forgiveness that I said I felt for the collective as well. Suggests a special connection with the divine. So I feel the masculines had a very special connection with the divine that's been lying dormant. And perhaps, like, if this is real time energy, like the Lionsgate portal codes that are flooded in are really awakening, like, you know, all different kinds of gifts in the masculine. And they might feel ready to speak now because Gemini is the throat chakra. Oh, and that is, yeah, that's what I felt. Like, I feel that trickster card and gossip. I feel there's a saboteur being involved here because I always they just always go with the energy of the sign, and I'm sure every time I do, I'm sure it must be in this one. It's in one of them. It'll be Scorpio or Gemini. Like, I think somebody has sabotaged this connection in some way, like beyond both of the people. Like, I feel some kind of gossip or lie or something's got involved here because we've got saboteur, but it came out reversed. Induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. Oh, wait a minute. So that isn't good. So if this is the person that sabotaged, that's their behavior, or the masculine could have been involved in self-destructive behavior and undermining others, like shadow traits. I feel it could be a bit. I feel the self-sabotage and the self-destruction is what the masculine was in. But if they shifted in the light side of this, because to be honest, when I turned that around, I don't know if it was. I don't know. Highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. But I think it's more the fact that there was a saboteur involved of a king. Somebody robbed the king of what should have been theirs. Now, I don't know what that means, but that's the way I channeled it. It's kind of given somebody's told a lie at some point. Keep people apart. Enlightened, benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. And I did say king would come out. So although we've pulled 5 cards for the masculine and 4 for the feminine, there's all of them. So, right. Might leave king out for the thumbnail. Saboteur. Gossip, because that is Gemini season. Trickster. It's funny, it is kind of like that episode I just watched, because like I said, the guy's fiance turned out to be a fraud that had set him up. Oh, so interesting. Right, okay, so what's the next bit? So when that alarm goes off, if it looks like I forgot what it means drink some water. And actually, God, I need to hurry the fuck up with this. I'm going to put an alarm on for. Right, I'm going to put on when that alarm goes off, that's telling me that I've only got so long. Right, and to hurry up. That's what I was doing. The question. Right, so we've identified. Right, we'll just get a wee bit of what happened in the past. Right, we'll use this deck because I haven't used this for a while. This can be all sorts of stuff. It didn't give me my notification. Oh, sorry for that, Katie. Well, I'm going to be live again after this as well. So we're here for a while. But yes, they often don't notify people, I've heard. So what have we got? Oh, what have we got for past energy or past lives for the feminine and the masculine's feminine side? Let's see if we get any similar kind of ones as them. Oh, oh, yes, it's a bit similar. Evidence, but it's the one with the guy like with his head down with the handcuffs. Law enforcement, temptation, criminal history, avoiding the 12. Now, it doesn't need to be all of that that's relevant, but it's remember, God, it always never fails to. So remember when I said I felt there was like things to do with guilt and shame and stuck sacral chakra energy. This I'm sure I picked up on this in one of the other ones, but it is a similar energy. It's it just keeps coming out that someone's ashamed that they listen to the wrong people, that they listen to gossip, whether it's frenemies or even someone they don't even that's not a close friend, but like some sort of acquaintance, or listen to family that are giving bad advice. It is given that kind of feeling in the wrong. So that's someone around the feminine that's feeling. And they might have actually be feeling bad for giving into some kind of temptation, which makes sense because I said I felt the masculine has a problem with lust. I mean, it could even be a sex addiction or something, or just like on hitting the self-destruct button that caused some type of injustice because I pulled that in reverse. Oh my God. And of course, what did I say? With Venus going into Libra, love, peace, and harmony, all that lovely vibe, right? Union, yes. But because union means marriage, it's also divorce. And two marriage cards came out in the live I done earlier. So I definitely, this could be somebody that's well getting a divorce. Legal matters, divorce, legal papers, court visit. So look at that. Like, look, that man's got his head out. So again, somebody could be going through a really rocky sort of breakup or a divorce. And because when I'm asking about the feminine energy and it keeps coming out and it feels like the masculine, it's because this is the masculine's feelings as well. And also remember, this is past energy, although it can be past, present, future. Like I said, it's all the same to me, and especially now, it just feels like past, present. Is anyone else feeling like that? Is anyone else feeling like the past, present, and the future are like all blurred together and merging and stuff? Like, because I feel like that all the time, but it feels stronger right now. And I don't know where this is going to come into it, right? But because it's in my head and it's like, because when I have dreams, I know when it's like just to tell me something or when it's to share with other people. The only thing I can remember in what I dreamt about last night was like, it's like one flame was going down a staircase, but it wasn't where I live now. It was like where I lived when I was younger. And it was like, but it was like he was rushing away. And it was like, it was that feeling of, well, I don't want you to go. And then it was like, whatever I said, like convinced him to come back. But like, it was still that feeling he was going to run away again. So, so it's kind of whatever themes you get from that, like apprehension. That is, I don't know, it could be relevant with the spiral staircase too. But I mean, it is like, I live on the fourth floor and I lived on the fourth floor there too. But um, it's interesting. So I feel it's just because I keep pulling so many cards about the masculine, like having really vivid dreams, but feminines have vivid dreams all the time too. But it just because it pops into my head there. Um, oh my God. Third party, love triangle relationship, the other woman's secret hookup. That's what I thought it was too, to be honest. So this came out the other day and it keeps coming out. So look, someone's feeling guilty about a third party that they involved in the equation. So again, this gets all types of complicated because if you've never actually been in a couple with your twin flame, which a lot of you won't have, but I mean some unless if you have, then I'm sorry if you have actually been cheated on something. But it's whatever it is, it's kind of like there's been an injustice and a third party has drove a wedge between whatever kind of connection and a friendship. It's meant that you've went into a full on separation because they've got involved with someone else. And with the nature of twin flames, you couldn't be friends because that just drives the other person crazy. Because you just, if the other person had an ounce of sense or intuition, they'd be like, they just want to get on with it all the time. Like, I can tell these people want to rip each other's clothes off because that's what it's like with true twin flames. That is keeping it real. That is the truth. Um, but yeah, then it's because this isn't, I feel again, I said this the other day, I feel the feminine feels the masculine feeling really guilty about something. So whether it's the feminine feeling the masculine feeling guilty about having got into a strong commitment with someone that hasn't worked out and going through the masculine feeling the masculine going through a sadness and an ending of something as serious as a divorce, or it's the masculine feeling regret and guilt over getting involved with some kind of third party that wasn't worth it. It just always grabs me in that says secret hookup. So if someone was married to someone, that wouldn't be likely to be a secret, although it can be though. Because not all marriages are out there kind of fancy, some are just kind of done for whatever reasons and stuff. So, right. What else can you give us? Where's that other deck? Because this is all seems to be given stuff for the masculine. shit. Oh no, where's my favourite deck? It's because when I finish this, I just want to get the hell out and I just chuck them down. Oh no, that's not all right. Well, we're not meant to use it. Let's use this one. Oh my god, this one could be toxic too. Right. Evolving growth, next phase, healing the inner child, releasing the past. So that came out in the reverse. This is strongly feeling like this is the past energy. Something has happened that the masculine obviously isn't proud of in the past. And the feminine still needing to heal. Like it says healing the inner child, and I pulled it in reverse. So it feels like the feminine has healed through this. And you're evolving, ascending into the next phase. But it feels like you can only release it if you speak about it. Because it feels like it's like it because I feel things in my body. It's like I've got a thorn in my side right now. It's like something that won't go away that you sense that it's like you need the answer to. Camera, reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past, perceptions. There's a lot about the past. I'm on the past energy. Love call. And I feel this person's coming in to talk. So I feel if this is yours, I feel this is going to make sense. I feel whatever you've been tuning into, this person's going to come forward and whatever it is they share with you, boom, boom, boom. And then we hear say, well, I mean, whenever I say I feel sexual energy, all these songs come on. Expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, informing you. Yes, informing you, like, yeah, someone's coming forward to like confess whatever it is, all of this. Whatever bits and bobs of all of it is. The snake, oh my god, look. I don't like this. This is not a nice one. Competition and enemy. The other, we've got two cards that say the other woman. Look over your shoulder. The snake. And isn't that weird that if I didn't say out loud something about the snake, I was thinking it because I did say this has got toxic cards in it. I don't know here. So there's two things that this could be. Either it's just, you know, this person chose a different timeline and got involved with somebody that was a snake. I mean, the card's saying it. Like I said, not all karmic energies are as bad as that, but we're having to stick with this one being that. Or this is like a frenemy, enemies fuck someone over or something at some point, because why would it be an enemy? Like, if you don't even know the person, you know what I mean? But I mean, I suppose it can be, but it's the fact I'm looking at secret hookup and competitions, you know what I mean? Not very nice fucking energy, actually. Do we want to put that in the thumbnail? No. Right, let's see. Now, this is going to be very interesting what comes out here. Right, we'll put them back. And so it's just so crazy that I said we were clearing and healing things to do with evidence. What's that? That just leapt out. Oh, and yeah, something is going to happen very soon because I'm doing Gemini in the third house, and I know we're in Leo season, but to me, I'm taking that as communication because Gemini, Libra, Aquarius hopped out, unless it's Libra, but now I feel they're trying to tell me communication's coming. So for the masculine, seeing all the signs, spiritual contract, songs, telepathic, dreams of them. Oh my God, when I just said that. So the masculine's really, really waking up to the spiritual contract. The songs are really speaking to them. And that's interesting because, again, as I say all the time, clairaudience is my strongest clairs. I've got all the clairs. I won't leave you to work out why that might be part of my path. But it's like today, like on my Spotify, some of the songs that came on, I was like wow, like you know what I mean, just really kind of like wow synchronicities, like ones that were just for me. And obviously it is my playlist, so you know, but common sense. I don't say that all the time, but it was just yeah, it was just kind of nuts. But yeah, I feel the masculine is getting all the signs. It's waking them up to the spiritual contract and jealousy. Yeah, see, it is. I don't like ones like it is given someone's been jealous of the feminine and the twin flame connection and went after the masculine. Like I can't get away from that feeling on this one. So I hope that's nobody's, but that is And again, it doesn't necessarily need to be that it's someone that's known you in some sort of way, but it's quite a strong feeling for at least a few people. Talking behind back, there's the gossip, being envious, pettiness, attention seeking. Yeah. But also, it could be that the masculine is very jealous of whoever might be getting to spend time with the feminine because they're not with them. Oh God, fuck me. Options, doing them, which is quite an interesting term on this card. Juggling connections, addictions, player. Well, I think I called it before the cards came out. So this is definitely given the energy of in the past. Remember, this is the past. Let's hope this is everyone's past. In the past, when someone was, I don't like the word player, but the card says it. When someone's had a bit of an addiction, probably of several things, but being addicted to attention and validation and well, if they were a player as well, it feels like specifically though someone has like thought I'm going to do that to get at them. Like, so I do think for some people it's someone that someone's known. But it was in reverse. So this person, you know, at some point, well, I just feel that's been short lived, whatever it was, around spring. So that could be a timeline of when something's ended or when something's beginning or began, or someone started to awaken in the spring to the divine feminine. Yeah. So whatever that I've brought through this before, again, it's not a nice energy, but I do feel whatever it is someone's done with someone like that, someone that's snake, a jealous, envious, it feels like they've done something to be horrible to the feminine, to fuck up the masculine's chance. Like it just, that's why it feels like this person feels like you're not going to forgive them. But that's awakened the masculine to how important the feminine is to them, because it's like, what if they never forgive me? So that's why it's feeling like it's not a random. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it could be, but I mean, I can't shake that feeling. Leader, strong intuition, empathic, healer to others. Maybe the jealousy card and the right. I told you that deck. I don't really. It's interesting, but I don't always like using it. Right. So now we need to take a deep breath because the snake's probably going to come out again. Did I put the snake up here though? Because it won't come out if I put it back. No, I put it back. So what else to go with that? Still past energy. Oh yeah, definitely a divorce on this one. So again, remember, it's not that it's all of it, but it is some people's wedding rings, union, marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. Now, if it came out upright, be like, oh yeah, that's confused. But because this is a past energy, and I've already said, well, there was divorce on one side. Basically, there's been a couple of cards about divorce. So wedding rings in reverse. There's definitely been either a divorce that's been undone or someone. I'd say someone's going through a divorce. Someone's going through a serious breakup anyway. If it wasn't a marriage, that the feminine can sense like something's heavy here. Um, Poker face, taking a chance, risks, options, not showing hand, gambling. So I feel this person just always had a poker face. They didn't show how they felt. They were risky. They took gambled with your heart, and they were a player. Fuck me, key on this ring. This is. I'll tell you what. Who's ever all masculines this is, or if it's some of yous out there, everybody has a past, but I think that this is quite some past. Many options. Remember, we had options on the other card. Unconventional. Now that's interesting because the feminine came through as unconventional. One night stand, string along. Yeah, there's definitely been at least a one night stand. That's what I feel it is. I feel somebody has targeted a masculine, and it could have been just as little as a one night stand, but it's enough to be. It's enough to be something because it feels like it's come from a venomous place. It feels nasty. Not today, Satan. boundaries and hurt, avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset, or like I said, it could have been a fling, could have been longer, but it feels like it's something flash in the pan. Blowing kiss, unconditional love, giving and receiving, fairness, love, affection, return. But again, whatever it is that's happened, it's woke this masculine up to what they want, and it's like it's the feminine. Backstab. Yeah. Sorry, hope it's no one's, but somebody has backstabbed somebody here. So I would say it's a frenemy, meaning it's not, well, frenemy would actually mean it's a current friend, wouldn't it? So shit, yeah, it could be like a current friend if you're not kind of discerning about who your friends are. But I'd say it's somebody from your past that's kind of done it to hurt you. Heartbreak and pain, separation, loss, deception and lies, shocking attack. So it's definitely something that's not been deserved. Sunglasses, watching, looking, perception, stalking. That's what I'm saying. It's somebody that's jealous that they probably watch everything you do and the masculine does, even after not being with them. And it's given weirdo vibes, right? I think we'll take backstabber for the, because it's definitely, that was what I was feeling. Mirroring each other, self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds. But I think what they're saying is the masculine was in a wounded place. It's like I say, you know, people like that do. I mean, this is why drink is such a bad thing. It doesn't take very much, does it? All it takes is people being drunk, people being jealous and vindictive, and boom, there you go. Someone's made a big massive mistake that you can't come back from. And then also we know some of these big massive mistakes can end up in babies, like on the front of that other card. So yeah. I've just had a drink because at that time, yes, thank you. Where is that? Thank you, Charlotte. It is because I didn't put on the alarm again. So we've not had anything to indicate that that happened. So don't panic if you resonate with this. But I mean, you know, it can be something. So, right, present energy. Let's see what the present. Come on, let's spray some Florida water. I don't like picking up any shitty ones, but if it helps somebody know that it's theirs, then right. Present energy for the feminine. So basically, it's giving this masculine could be holding back because of guilt. Either guilt from, you know, oops, my bad, I married somebody, but now I'm divorced, or I slept with this person. I don't think you're going to be very happy about it. I mean, if it's both, that might really be holding somebody up. But whatever it is, all the masculines in that energy will be able to push through it to do well. Again, some of them won't. They'll just sit in fear and let the love of their life go, and that's a bit of a sad story. So we have, what do we have here? Discipline, boredom, stuck, perfectionism. So the feminines in this energy, you could be feeling a bit stagnant, a bit bored, a bit kind of like, oh, I want to put the hard work in, but I haven't got the energy to. Like, it's kind of Saturn retrograde vibes. It's like what I said, you can still do the things you want to do, but it's a good time to be reviewing rather than starting these things. Like I've said lots of times, like, I mean, I was thinking about that today, it was driving me nuts. Like, there is something new I want to do in here, but it's got to feel like the right time. And I don't know whether it'll be this year or next year, but you know what I mean? So it's Saturn retrograde does kind of slow things down a little bit. So I do feel you could be having to be disciplined and a bit Saturn like and kind of, wait for the right time. But you're bored, you're stuck. I feel the bored and the stuck part is the love life and the in the limbo of the twin flame journey. And yes, watch out for perfectionism because that can stall many a thing. This can be the masculine and feminine side too. So what else? Balance, diplomacy, union, rebirth, fairness. Yeah, so we've already had as the first card. We know that there is whatever's went on here, it's going to be healed because it's going to be overcome because a union's coming, a rebirth and fairness. And again, Venus and Libra isn't just love and marriage and divorces. It is also the scales, So it's fairness. It's some kind of injustice is going to be made right, and also it's Judgment Day. I would say it's Judgment Day on whoever the karmic energies are that have been vicious here. Whether it's just gossip that they've taken part in, or if it's actually like somebody that's done something like what I've channeled. because like I'm saying, this doesn't feel like, oh, just through drink and all, like I've made a mistake. It feels quite calculated. Like it feels like this is what somebody's. It's kind of given, like, say the feminine's like not given the karmic energy at it, or maybe it's somebody or like, I don't want you back in my life. They're like, oh, I know what'll get their attention. I'll do that. It's that. So this is quite specific and it's not very nice, but it's definitely what I'm feeling. Don't tell me that was the alarm to tell me. Oh fuck it. God, it is. Okay, we better hurry this up. Yes, so the masculine is, of course, spying. This comes out a lot for the masculine, and this is current energy. So, but they could be having a light bulb moment about everything, awakening, and they know where to go. The compass is on it. New ideas, curiosity, knowledge, communication. And what did I always say that the Gemini third house is about? Communication. So communication is coming. I need to put on. Oh yeah, my timer's at, yeah, okay, that's keeping me right. So what else? If I want, come on, I think because this one's so shitty, give us the two of cups. Come on, give us the two of cups. If it's energy, with a wee man kissing her on the head. I'm sorry about all that. That would be the okay. Yeah. So they're just saying this person played games in the past. They've got a chessboard on that. How interesting. Discipline on this one too. Opposition, litigation, defeat. So this masculine's also been very so that's really interesting to me that you're both in a place of discipline about this separation. For you'll have the two of you will have different reasons, but it feels like the masculine's disciplined because they're wanting to heal whatever they need to, like, heal enough, because like I said, you can never heal totally, and the next part of this healing is having a conversation, but to clear the air, it fucking seems like. But the feminines, feeling a union coming and being disciplined with whatever you need to be disciplined. But yeah, so the masculine is hoping. Now, how interesting. I know it didn't have a genie in it, but it was like all kind of like believing in love and believing in magic and stuff. It's the Nine of Cups. Like the masculine's hoping that the discipline and the not just rushing into this. Now this is complicated because if we're talking, if that's like people have went through, like, a serious commitment, as in they've not been married, but it's like living with someone for ages or kids or something like that. It's like the discipline is that they've left enough time so that the gossip won't be as bad, but there still will be gossip. And that's what's taken discipline, especially if there's a lot of desire, which it feels like there is. But if this is more current and someone is going through a divorce, and I don't know. I mean, come on, you that have been divorced, fill me in here. What's the timeline? Like, I don't even know. Like, how long does it take to go through a divorce, and when is the appropriate time to go towards someone? Again, because that's everyone will have different views on that, but like life's too short, I think, to be fucking people pleasing and people are always going to gossip no matter what. So if this is somebody ready for union, like, or it all needs to be finalized, doesn't it? So like, I don't know. That's why I'm like, because I don't know when it. But anyway, if it's not the divorce bit, it's like this masculine's been taking their time and healing and doing a lot of shadow work, and also reflecting on whatever masculines resonate with. There's some kind of hookup with someone forever long that is going to be not nice information for the feminine. It's like this masculine's been like that. I can't go forward to them like anytime soon. You know what I mean? It's bad enough. So again, it's not. I doubt it's. I don't know. It will be for some people, but it's for some people it might be both. To be honest, it might be like two big fucking, or like, more than that. But for some people, it's like this person's going through a divorce or just finalized a divorce, and they're just waiting to, for when's appropriate to come forward. And also, again, so aware of the gossip, because all the gossipy kind of cards, and the card that actually said gossip. But for other people, it's got something to do with if they've done something that's like. Well, also, I feel there's something here about, like, although it feels like it was coming from the karmic energy more than the masculine, it's like, because you think about it, it's quite interesting that the masculine has a lot of cards about innocence. So that's why I'm feeling like it's like someone that's targeted someone that's got an addiction, either the addiction being the sex part or the drunk part, or let's face it, it's probably going to be fucking put the two together, and you're not going to come up with a good fucking result most of the time, are you? It's like someone's like targeted someone when they're drunk, which again, if that was a woman and it was a man, we'd be thought, you know, it'd be all kind of like way more worse. But women do that to men too, and that's the kind of energy it's quite sick, really. One thing up on. It depends how complicated it is. Some people have property and more complicated matters to resolve before they can do it. I had to do my financial order before the divorce, I think. So how long can it take overall then? Like basically, what's taboo? Like, wait, does it have to be completely done? And I don't know, like, I don't know. Because it's quite interesting. I was talking to someone not that long ago, and they were filling me in on some of the things to do with like child, you know, the dad's rights and the mum's rights and all of that, and all of the like, and it was just crazy. Some of the like the things that are so like a big injustice to do with things like that, and all the money it costs and stuff. Mine was straightforward, but it depends on court timelines too. Yeah, well, each person will know if it resonates, but divorce has been coming through strong all day, and it's well, like I said, for about 2 years now. I've been a year and a half, but it feels like 2 years. Contentment, satisfaction, gratitude. Basically, the masculine's hoping that because they've been keeping an eye, spying, and trying to gauge when's the next right move to make, that when they do, it's going to be a wish fulfillment, like, you know, a dream come true for the masculine, and they're hoping that it's going to make the feminine happy. But it's all about the timing here, it feels like. And like I said, it could be actual legalities, because the card about legalities and it said divorce on it came out. Yeah, they're fighting with people. Look, 5 of Wands. Conflict, chaos, competition, tension, diversity. God, a lot of competition keeps coming through here. So this could be like an ex that's purposely trying to hold someone up because they know where they're going. Or it's like it could be like a clout hungry, like a group, like somebody's chasing them that they've hooked up with, like, and they're not leaving them alone, like a stalker. Remember, I picked up on that. It always seems to come through in Aquarius because that's expected and expected. Like it could, like it feels like this is a masculine that's maybe got, you know, a few people after them. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Mr. Vane is on when I just looked at the telly and I couldn't believe it. Mr. Vane. So it's like, so yeah, this could be somebody that's quite good looking and it's got a few people after them. And, you know, at some point they've loved it and obviously made a few wrong turns. Um, but now it's they've awakened and they're, you know, they only want the feminine, but it's kind of like, oh shit. You know what I mean? How can I come back from this? Wisdom, religion, conformity, tradition, that's marriage too. Like this person might be like, I don't want to conform anymore. Like I don't want to be around all this chaos. Like, you know, I want to be in a union with my feminine. Like I don't want this. But I've been financially inept, wealth obsessed, and stubborn. So you know, that's so because it's the knight, the King of Coins in reverse, King of Pentacles. So that is somebody with that's, you know, obsessed with money, materialistic, and, you know, so it's that is what I've already said before the card came out. But it's kind of it's interesting because what was I getting from that before I stubborn. That episode, the last one that I finished watching, that was my point, that those two love each other, but they're both not admitting it to each other. And even like the guy's dad's like, you know, I don't know why you're engaged to that other one because you're still not, you know, you're still in love with Emma. And he doesn't like say no because it's obviously that he is. And then, and then of course we find out the other one set him up anyway, and she's a fraud. And then also the one that's Emma's mum, that, you know, it's the same age. It's hilarious. And once upon a time, she's like, you know, you're still in love with him. So it's just what my point was, you know, right before they're split up and he falls down a portal, that's when they choose to say I love you. And then it's too late. You know, the portal closes and you've missed your opportunity. At least you got to say I love you to each other. I suppose that's a better than not, but it's a bit sad that, you know, you could have had all that time to be together and they didn't do it. So this could be exactly like with this too. Yes, and so that's why that has to go in the thumbnail. We've got that guy going like, fuck my life. That's like when I just said that, when I was like, whatever I said, like, oh fuck. Conflict, disagreement, competition, right? What the fuck is this? Whoever the karmic energies are, whether it's someone you don't know, or for some, there's definitely been some shady fuckers that you do know that's they've at least tried if they've not actually succeeded to hurt you in some kind of way, or trying to hurt you. Disagreement, competition on free cards, defeat. But as well with this card, that's the masculine that's thought they were winning. So again, look, there's two birds walking away as well. So it could be for some people that somebody could have been like, you know, like I said, well, actually, it did say juggling and it did say options and it did say player. So for some people, if you were actually in a like an official relationship, I mean, this person could have had, you know, holes in different area codes kind of vibe. But whatever it is, I more feel for most people it's going to be they're in love with someone from the past and then got involved with someone else, even though holding the feelings for the person in the past. And it's, well, it's just part of their journey. But also, there is this complicated thing that keeps coming in about somebody on the scene that's, what cards, what? There's too many timers. I'm like, what's going off here? Did I just turn that off? Fuck, I just turned it off. Right, I'm trying to hurry this along, but that's going on the thumbnail. Because that's when you think you've won, but you haven't. And it's also mind games and stuff. And it's two women walking away. So obviously, this masculine feels like they fucked up in a big way. Yes, by being a liar. You couldn't make this up. Betrayal, deception, getting away with it, strategy. Fake news. So there you go, fake news. There's the gossip. So there's also, in amongst all of this bullshit, there's also been a lie told, but I feel that someone's lied about the fem. Oh, that's what it could have been. Like it could be like someone's like spun a story, like a narcissistic frenemy or someone has like spun a story about them being the victim and making the feminine to be someone that's done something wrong to them when it's the opposite, and then the masculines fell for it. That would make sense for this too. But again, that's really specific. That's not going to be everyone's, but I do feel it very strongly. Right, I'm going to speed this up now because this is when I wanted to end it anyway, and I want to right. Can you put mute some? Can you put mute emojis, please, people? If the mic dies, because it has been going strong a while now. Right, what's the next bit? I might just do these quite quickly. Subconscious. Yeah, I'll just do it really, really quickly. Subconscious, conscious. So I don't know what deck to use. Where's my one that I love? If I can't find it, I'm not meant to. Right, subconsciously, I'm going to use this for both. So what does that say? Oh, it's that one again. I picked it up by accident, but there's no accidents. Rewire the way you love. When pain becomes a pattern in love, it's time to relearn the connection. Begin again differently. That for the thumbnail too. Right, so denial. Yep, someone was in denial, but can you at least let me get a shuffle on? Right, so for the feminine and the subconscious mind and the masculine's feminine side, we have heal. Revitalize. Yeah, so I already said that. In order for the feminine to heal, the feminine needs clarity on whatever this niggling feeling is. Whether it's you're picking up on something that is in line with what has actually happened, or whether it's like, you know, the devil trying to send you energy to, you know, to make you think things like that. The feminine needs closure and healing on it. Because, you know, you can feel like you're going crazy, but it's that I know what they're saying. So, and the masculine and the subconscious. Heaven, your loved ones are always with you. So the masculine specifically has loved ones in spirit that are helping them. It could be a best friend because they've been pulling me that a lot. I didn't say it though. The good friends lift you when you forget how to fly. What's that song? Tell me what you want from me. Oh my god, that's so clever that they've put that on. So it's, you know, it's Mace, I think, isn't it? But I'm sure people of a similar age to me will know what I'm talking about. I'm sure that's the song where Nikki, the ex-girlfriend, is seducing the guy, you know, Derek and Sarah. Oh my god, I remembered all their names. I never do that. But you know, in Save the Last Dance. I don't know if that is what I think it is. If it's not that song, it's a song like it. Definitely on the Save the Last Dance. No, it is. It is because you know when she does that thing and I mean, she does look hot, but she like taps her bum in that. It's like as if you would fucking let the guy your seat, like you know what I mean. But anyway, but it's like she's actually that's the kind of energy I'm feeling actually. So it might this could be someone's ex that's lured them back in, and that's why it's competition. You know what I mean? Or it's the other thing that I've been. None of it's very nice, but I think the ex would be better than like someone you know that's been a see you next Tuesday. But it could be fucking a multi. It could be fucking all it for some people, but you know, in that scene, if you don't know Save the Last Dance, it's his ex, he's seeing this girl. Well, you know, this is the kind of first time I suppose he's taken her out to the club that they all go to. And that song comes on and she like sexily kind of dances and like kind of he joins in and like he starts that you know what I mean and the dancing that they're doing looks quite sexual and so fucking Sarah's standing there like a fucking mug like oh aye great cheers you know this is making a great impression a great fucking impression on what's kind of like a first date I suppose um and the point is that girl's a nasty fucker do you know what I mean like she knew what she was doing like she doesn't really want him but she doesn't want him to move on so she's lured them in. So, like I said, it's either an ex has lured somebody back like that, or somebody on the outside, possibly even someone you know has done that to hurt, to cause pain. Because she keeps trying to hurt that girl throughout the whole film. And she's not done anything to her. It's just the fact she's getting her ex. But I mean, she didn't want him. I think she's the one that's broke his heart actually. And then what's good is that Sarah's like, you know, pulls him up and she's like, "Don't ever do that to me again." Like, do you know what I mean? And he's like, "I'm sorry, you know, I just got carried away with the song." Fuck off. Do you know what I mean? It's like anyway. Um, um, that's funny though. So happiness, but all they really want to do now is be happy. Unlock the doors to happiness. Don't panic too much for my timings. I'm still doing chores. Okay. Okay, so how much time we got, Charlotte? I'm trying to hurry it. So did I read all of this? I applied for the decree almost over a year from the decree. I don't know what any of this is, which I had to write and explain why it took me so fuck me. Right, right, that all sounds like a long time. Right, okay. So that makes sense though. Why if someone's had to be disciplined. Right, okay. So what about the feminine for the conscious mind? Thanks for sharing that. Commitment. Congratulations, it's time to celebrate. Celebrate good times. Come on. Yeah, a union's coming your way. Like, and that's why that card kick, because that's always my sign about a union. And alongside it came friendship. Successful couples are good friends. So consciously, the feminine's like, I can feel my union coming, or I can feel this person wanting to mend bridges or coming towards me. And I'm putting out warm healing energy, thoughts to, you know, invite an energy for them to come and talk to me. But you know, I need somebody that's going to be a friend, not just a lover. Like I want someone that's a friend and a lover. Like I want to know, you know, I want someone to have my back. Because actually, that's a good example with Save the Last Dance, because that's what they are in that as well. And yes, ahead, focus on what's in front. Like just focus on what's happening right now, because I do feel someone coming forward. What karmic lessons are being learned and what needs to be released? Well, holy fuck shit! I think we've already unpacked that, but we can quickly have a wee look. Let's use the same deck again, see what comes out. So, what karmic lessons have been released? I would word it as. Oh dear, death. The relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform, what's dead is dead. Nice, well, that's saying quite a lot, isn't it? Came in out in reverse, right? So I feel for the feminine, it wasn't over, still isn't over. The notebook again. But it's like, because it was in reverse, this isn't over. There can be second chances. It might be even more chances. Side note, all that she wants is another baby has just come on. So, I mean, sorry for my mind to go there, but remember, my Gemini's in the 8th house. It could be that, like, someone's, wanted to trap somebody in that way, like an ex or something, or, well, it could be fucking anyone, but, you know. Um, Grow and transform, what's dead is dead. So it's not over for the feminine. That's a karmic life. So it's like the feminine energy has admitted to themselves that, like, basically to me that would be being what that's why I feel the masculine had stubborn, because to me that last episode I've watched is so annoying, because I was even shouting at the telly, just go with them for fuck's sake. You know that you're going to find your way back. If you're saying you love each other, just fucking fly through the portal and you can be like, it wasn't my fault. You know what I mean? But she doesn't go, and it's so annoying. And I can't remember what happens because I'm so old, I can't remember the rest, but I'll find out because that'll be the next episode. But like, you're not one of these people that's like, yeah, I'm not going to give them a second chance. I'm not going to listen to them. I don't want to fucking see them again. Like, the feminine isn't in that energy because you're not a liar. Like, you're not lying yourself. So it's good that you're open, Because if you're in that energy, if you're saying you don't want to hear from them, but you secretly do, it's not going to happen, because that's not of integrity and it's not being in alignment. So that's good that the feminine isn't in that energy. Um, the runner, fear of intimacy, running away, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. So yes, I mean, sorry, it does kind of ring a little bit true with the dream I had. But again, that is how they give me messages. So they've showed me mine as a runner because, well, that's what he is. But there's a fear of intimacy for the masculine, and so they do run away. So this reminds me of what I channeled a few weeks ago, where it was like, even when this person comes back, that feeling's still going to be, oh, that's quite interesting. And when I was doing the shorts on my timeline, it showed me. Now that's one of my favourite films, but Good Will Hunting. They showed me the scene when he's like, it's horrible because she's like, tell me you don't love me and I'll never call you again. And then he says, I don't love you. But of course, he's fucking crazy about it. Do you know what I mean? But it's so sad, and but I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but most people have seen that film. But there's it's because he's got abandonment issues, and he's thinking it's too good to be true, and he says all that stuff in that scene. He's like, you're just fucking, hanging. Well, he doesn't swear, but he's like, you're just hanging about with me, and then you're gonna run off with somebody else. It's like, he's really horrible though. Intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. So that's something that that's something that the masculine's working through. Their fear of intimacy and the fear of the need to feel like they want to run away when it gets too intense. But I'd say because it's been a huge separation and they've went through some really boom shake, that there's a lot of sexual energy coming through in this. Boom shake, the room has just come on. It's like they're more willing to do something about it than not when it gets to this point. But they could be very ungrounded, and that came out at the start. The ability, security, performance, growth, and endurance. So it's like this person's needing grounding. Talking, interested, awaiting messages, text, calls, email, talking more. See, all the stuff comes out about talking. So yeah, this person does want to do that. Like, they want to talk, they want to heal things. So it can either be a text, a call, an email, whatever. But it was in reverse, so they're hesitating. But they're not hesitating about the love. I love that picture. Love that picture. It's on quite a few decks, but I love it. Because it reminds me of Notebook, when he picks her up, when she goes to give him his lunch, and he picks her up and he kisses her. It's like a really hot scene. Unconditional love, self-love and wholeness, affection, attraction, selflessness. So yeah, they're going to push. Oh my god, there's loads. We'll get the thumbnail at the end. Right, okay, that's what people are working through. And Shadow work all seems a bit samey. Let's go with these because these are quite deep. Right, so remember, I always say that because my Gemini's in the 8th house, it always comes out a bit Scorpio. So that's why it was a bit ouch with some of the messages, but it's what it is. Scorpio's a brutal truth, do you know what I mean? And it was past energy anyway, but it feels like something that needs to be looked at if it's relevant. Right, okay. So this is past, but yeah. So the feminine, you've had a fear of loss in the past. I dare say it feels like the masculine has to do with what I just read. But remember, you're going to resonate with both bits. You're afraid of losing someone or being abandoned. Take a chance. So that's the shadow work that the feminines had to work through. That what if this person does come back, and what if they are serious? But what if they run away again? Oh, that makes perfect sense with what I've just read. But it's like take a chance, you know, like if they come back, they're coming back and they've done enough shadow work to at least be honest. Like that, honestly, it feels like I'm saying exactly. I mean, it feels like I'm saying exactly the same thing all the time. But I did do a live. I think it was one of them with my hands, and it was like this person's going to be really honest. That it's like they're shitting themselves, and that feeling comes up in them that they want to run. But it's like I think by this time putting it out there, what comes up in them might help them not to do that. Or at least if they're going to do it, like give you some warning, you know. Not like somebody just gets up. I mean, fuck, maybe some people do. That'd be brutal if somebody just fucking gets up in the night and fucking does a runner. That's the image I just got. Rejection. And so the masculine's got a fear of course they have. The masculine's got a fear of rejection. And that's what is stopping them from coming forward. But again, a lot has come through in this that would kind of we can see where they're coming from. But we can also see that the feminine clearly isn't going to reject them, but we can empathise. Build your confidence by dating a lot and find out what people like about you. Oh my fucking god. Well, this person did do that. So all the people that resonate with this, they got lots of cards indicating that they had lots of options and they've got had lots of options, still got loads of options, but the difference is they don't want the other people now. They want you. But something tells me they didn't always sing that tune. And yes, they might have made you feel very unloved because of their insecurities. You deserve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. So that's the conclusion the masculine's come to. Like, oh my god, yeah, I can get an easy fucking hookup, but these people don't love me and they don't want to listen to my feelings. I certainly don't want to fucking share my feelings. I don't trust them. These two have fucking fallen asleep. That's how bored they are of each other. That card always cracks me up. Right. This is right. I'm whizzing through this. Charlotte, are you still okay with this? Will I just quickly whiz through it then? Right. What would help with inner union? I don't know why this is such a random deck to go for that, but I'm going to trust. What would help with inner union? This indicates that this is a couple that, yeah, like all the people that resonate with this, the union is really close. Oh my god, that's why. Oh my god, that's quite exciting. What I was in the middle of saying is the union is really close, as in it could actually be like this weekend, like kind of energy, or in next week. And look what I've pulled again, portal. I pulled that for tomorrow. So in the Lionsgate portal, and I've pulled portals, and I never use that. I never use these cards for this bit. They're always the end cards. So, but that's why they wanted me to. Feminine, you're in a very magical portal. All the feminines that resonate with this, whether you're female or male, and you don't need me to tell you it, you know it. So keep visualizing what you want to happen because it really could be quite possible. Doorways into the now, letting go of the warrior. And that's what I mean about past, present, and future aligning. It's like you all of the everything that you've been manifesting and praying for and everything, it's all about like the future is going to become the now. Like we're at North Node and Aquarius, baby. We're in the future. Eclipse season is magical. Eclipses, anything can happen. That's why it's my favorite thing about astrology. And like I said, they can link, obviously this, like eclipses link back to, I think it's like 18 and a half years ago. So I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it's think back to what was happening in your life 2007. There could be some things linking to that in this eclipse season. And I think there's going to be I think it's going to be a big wow moment because Let Me Entertain You has just come on. But also, yeah, just like all eclipses link to each other. So it doesn't just need to be the 18 years ago. Like, I've said before, I say the same thing all the time. There was an amazing synchronicity I had years ago now. Um, like to do my twin flame journey, and I just knew in that moment it was telling me something about the future, and I still stand strong on that because it was just nuts what happened. Um, and that's what I mean. It was eclipse season then, and so it's always like be open. That's going on the thumbnail. There's about 100 cards for it. In fact, no, we'll put it in, but I'll need to find again for the what's for so basically.
Oh my God, when did that happen? What did you hear? Don't tell me that stuff that people aren't meant to hear again. Fuck. Does anyone remember the last thing I said? I can I can go back and look. Oh, you didn't. Oh no. You didn't hear my extra excitement. Oh, that's a bit shit. Fuck you, delay. Thank you for telling me
I
though.
just knew in that moment it was telling me something about the future. There's about 100 cards for it. In fact, no, we'll put it in, but and that's what I mean. There's about 100 cards. There's about 100. There's about 100.
Ah, right. Okay, there it's cut out. Let me just see what I was saying there. I think it was just when I pulled the line. Well, basically, I'll try and reenact it, but it's not quite the same. All I was, you saw it silently, which might have been quite funny. I was just like, oh my God. And what I said was like, you're all dumped. The lion's going on the thumbnail because it's the Lionsgate portal. But yeah, the masculine is in very regal lion energy. And also, what I was saying is, um, like this is a huge indication that for all the people that resonate with this, like Leo season is a huge contender for communication, and Leo season ends around the 22nd or 23rd usually, of this month. So it's that's why I keep saying imminent. Like it does feel that, you might not necessarily be in a union imminently, but there's definitely going to be some sort of communication. But I do feel some people are going to be in a reunion, union energy. But yeah, peacemaker. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. The masculine wants to create peace. Peacemaker through inner peace, resolving ancient splits. Like this conflict between you and the masculine is not just a this life thing. It's something that's carried on from past lives where, especially in this one, because it's a wee bit more foreign in the side. If who knows, in a past life, like, you could have been like a king and a queen and somebody's fucked off with a maid or something, or like, I never watched any of these, like, Downton Abbey and all that. But you know what I mean? It could be something like, it's someone's gave in to their lusty ways or so. It's all different than that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's something, it's like, this is like a deep wound. Or like, in whatever, era, whatever past, like someone has lured the masculine away and you never got the union. Like you never got to heal it. Interesting. So interesting. It was guided to that deck though. Unique expression, flow of creation, joyfulness. Yes, exactly. That is the energy to be in eclipse season. Just go with the flow, unless you're the masculine and you need to take action with things. If you're ready, I might add. I always like to say that. Some of the masculines might not be ready, but assess is that really true? Because sometimes it's just fear and procrastination. I said that so Scottish that I sounded like Robert Carlyle a little bit because well, probably not to you, but to me I did because I've been watching that and he's just brilliant in Once Upon a Time. Um, right. What did Charlotte say as well? Um, yes, I'm okay if right. Oh, that's brilliant then. So if you finish for right, okay, that's yeah. You tell me. I'm nearly finished, so maybe it'll be good timing. And thank you for letting me know as well, Katie. Um, right. So what are some possible soul retrievals? Right. So this bit is the bit where if you need healing in a session, then I would be able to help you with this. Jump around, jump up, and get down. That's one. Always reminds me of Miss Mrs. Doubtfire, which is about what? A divorce. More confirmation. And also not just a divorce, it's fighting over children. So all of this could be significant. It's so sad. I mean, I always used to, I love Mrs. Doubtfire, but I mean, it's really funny too, but I always used to cry. It's like, fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? It's not fair. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and ability to transmute negative energy into light. So that reminds me of Saint Germain energy that I work closely with. So anyone can work with it though. So yeah, I really do feel someone is already like feeling a lot of activation at the crown chakra, and it might be too much actually. And it's like you need healing, you need to go to a shaman to ground your energy. Actually, I'd say that's a masculine, male or female, because that already came up. So this is why I added that question, because it's like this bit points towards what's already came up and what I could help people with in a session, right? What's another one? And also that could be happening to the masculine more than likely. Um, yeah, and that's why the perception's changing. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. I feel this is someone that didn't quite believe it was possible to get their wish fulfillment. Now, again, it is screaming Goodwill Hunting again. You know, it's like he really wants it with her, but because of all of his past experiences, he just doesn't like it's like an extreme case of like, uh, what's the catch? Like, I write then. Do you know what I mean? This is like my fucking dream girl dropped down out the sky, and that's why it's so sad. Um, Particularly that scene, and that's the one that they showed me. So again, I do feel, although this is about what could people have in personal sessions, I do feel for a few people, I do feel some of your masculines have done something like that. Like you've had some kind of interaction where they've pushed you away and like said something like they don't love you or we're never going to be together or, like something like that. But it's one of these ones where it's like you were getting too close. And sometimes it can be that really annoying one, like I didn't mean it, but I said it because it get you got like fuck off. That one's so annoying. In films and real life and whatever, it's like, nah. Right. Like, oh, did you done it to help me, did you? You broke my heart to help, thanks. I do get it too, although I'm saying it like that. And yeah, look, that must be a lot of people because I shuffled and that came out again. I do get the thought behind it, but fuck off. Right, okay, so that's another deck that I lost and found again. Lost and found. What are some... Oh, I've just done that bit. So, right, what do we need... Right, this is exciting bit. What do we need to know about the future? Now, it can't give us union again because I've put it back. I can't be bothered putting it back in to find it, if I'm honest. What's going to happen in the future? Because we know that it's going to be a union. Fucking always is around here, but yes, absolutely. Someone's going to be coming forward like, can you ever forgive me for X, Y, and Z? and all the other letters of the alphabet, because it feels like this group of masculines have got quite a past. Um, but yeah, give your relationship a chance. And she's like, well, I don't know. You know, I've got a lot to think about with my 80s blue eyeshadow. But yeah, I guess I can hear you out. And holy fuck, I mean, hello, I'm asking, could you not give us cards that keep telling us about the past? I pulled engagement, but don't get excited, I pulled it in reverse. So I do think part of this conversation is going to be I've just broke off an engagement because I don't love them, I love you. And notice how amazing is that? That the last episode I watched, the fraud that the guy was engaged to exposes herself. Do you know what I mean? So there's a broken engagement. So interesting. So it might not necessarily be a divorce, and it might be an engagement that's. But don't give us shitty cards in the nice bit, please. Calling in the yeah, this is always about calling in your twin flame, although it says soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together, which is exactly why I said for a handful of people, well, I don't know, it might be more, but for a collective of people that whenever you watch this, and I suppose it's tough to be people that watch it relatively soon, um, something's going to happen soon. And it doesn't take a genius to work out this because Mercury's out of shadow as well. It's because of the Lionsgate portal. It's because even if masculines don't watch anything like this, they've got no idea about astrology or anything, they're going to feel it. They're going to, like I always say, even if you're masculine, doesn't like, so for instance, not all feminines do like what I'm doing, but even if you do something like that, because a lot do, they don't even need to watch you. It's the frequency of it all and the healing, they'll feel it, and it's like some feel that it's time to do something. Um, so just keep visualizing the highest timeline of sorting things out. I'm too sexy, so see what I mean? It's just giving more conversation that this conversation, more confirmation that this is somebody that fancied themselves a bit, that's maybe been humbled. Um, I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for so it's um tested, yes. Your strengths and weaknesses have been tested. Ah, and that makes sense. You know what I mean? Someone's been very attractive, but does that mean you let everybody in? No. Just because people find you attractive, it doesn't mean they get a piece, whether you're a man or a woman. Value yourself. And that's the clarity that the masculine has. Take time to think about your situation to gain clarity, and they've had a lot of discipline, and that's what they've done. And yeah, skip the engagement and the wedding. We're going on a honeymoon, but it's a holiday. This to me is always talking about a holiday. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. And what did I say in the wee meditation? Because it's just them speaking through me, forgiving, and that is definitely needing to go. Oh my God, there's too many for the thumbnail, but forgiveness, yeah. Forgiveness and learning, because it's the one where the wee man's like, yeah, you really fucked up, but I forgive you. Like, just forgive yourself. Because that's part of the battle is the feminine will have forgiven the masculine a long time ago for whatever all the combination of things that have happened. Because the feminines are more awakened to what this is all about. But the masculines are awakened to it as well, but you know what I mean? It's like if the masculine has done something wrong in this case, it can be a bit more confusing. And it's um where it can be a really that's why I was picking up on guilt and shame, embarrassment, all these kind of lower sacral chakra that like it's taken a long time for this person to forgive themselves. But the next part of the healing for both people is to talk about it. And then you find out, are you forgiven? But that is scary. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So, right, I'll put that one there. Lovely. And then we already know we've got the union card. And the new earth message. Well, I'm actually going to pull one. So, Charlotte, this is the last bit that I'm at now. So, but don't panic even if you are still doing your housework and stuff at 1 in the morning. We won't judge you. I've done that too. Um, but yeah, basically, I'll start the collective stuff if you still need more time, or I can just go straight on your message. So, what about the new Earth frequency? Now we already know all the feminines and masculine that resonate with this, you're already aligned for union because of that first sacred site card that said about the feminine and masculine merging, and that the union card came out. There's been loads of signs about it, and that I just felt it and said I've been saying it all week. And what else? But yeah, the fact that I was guided to use what I call my new earth cards at the bit I don't usually use them, which was about inner union, and we pulled out portal. All these, and then the lion, like all. Oh my God, I'm being a bit sorry. I don't. I always promote not speaking your like speak to yourself kindly. But side note, somebody I feel the masculine energy doesn't speak very kindly to themselves in their head, but I've just worked something out that is staring me in the face. So I think that's how they feel. I pulled out portal and I pulled out a lion, Lionsgate portal. Did anyone else piece that together? Because I only pulled a card for each. That's hilarious. Like I just realised what they were trying to say. So that's how we'll put it on the thumbnail. That's see, I might just choose them and Union and scrap all the other ones. That's so funny. Anyway, what's going to happen for this group of twin flames, all the people that resonate? Yes, your cosmic self is being activated by all the things going on. The Lionsgate portal, the recent Aquarius moon, the North Node in Aquarius. I cannot believe that Let's Talk About Sex has just come on. So all the people that resonate with this definitely need to talk. And I'm sure talking about sex and actually doing the sex will come up at some point, but take that how you want to. Let's talk anyway. Crystal Child, your natural core, pure, innocent, removing falsehood seer. Yeah, so there's definitely something that's clearing the way, that's giving the masculine clarity, and whatever's been false is getting exposed. Just like obviously in the last episode of Once Upon a Time I've just watched, because he couldn't see through it at first, and then well, he works out. She was a setup. So inner and outer journeys, believe in yourself, big shifts. Yeah, this masculine just needs to believe in themselves. Star children. This could also be for people where there's new earth children, crystal children, star children that are waiting in the ethers, like needing to come in to help the new earth. That isn't for everyone, but that's kind of what that card says to me. That also looks like twins as well. It's like well, they're older, but it's like a wee girl and a wee boy there. No veil, psychic, different, cosmic inspiration, light. Twins, twin flames. That's quite funny. Right, okay, and then we'll pull one of these, and then I'm going to go on to the Lionsgate Portal one, which is quite interesting when I've just pulled those cards. Right, what's a card to wrap this one up? So it was a bit salty and a bit stingy for people that are going to resonate with this. But I suppose it would depend on how much you already know. It would just be a bit like that if you weren't aware of some of this. But, and then it's gotten nicer. But all the people that resonate with this have worked through it. And it definitely feels down to a few addictions has led them into a few dark places with some toxic people. Crystal Skull, knowledge, insight, cosmic awakening. So isn't it interesting that we've got cosmic self and we've got cosmic awakening, the deep descent, subconscious underworld. Oh my God, evacuating the old. I think we need both. Because that's basically like what I was just saying there. Like this person has went down the underworld. Like, they're evacuating the old, evacuate. It's like they've been down in the darkness. And that's different for different people. But what I mean by that is people can be in the darkness and in the devil energy, but it's fucking living the life of fucking Riley. It's like, that could be a surname or something, maybe saying it like that. But it's partying, it's drinking, it's like doing everything that's not good for you. That's hell. But that's heaven to some people. But it's like do it long enough and do it with the other people that do it and they're just dragging you down and you're not reaching your goals and you're stuck in this cycle of it. The clarity comes and you do actually see that it is hell. But what I'm saying is you might have had fun in hell for a while, but I feel then even beyond that, this person's been stuck in the underworld because they're stuck in all the guilt and the shame and whatever decisions they've made when they weren't in the best mindset. For some influenced by others, but we always have to take personal responsibility for our own decisions. Right, let's read the deep descent first. Forgive yourself. I feel that is the message that needs to come through, which is why I've channeled. Because again, when I'm reading those cards at the start, like, that's meant to be like a collective healing for everyone that kind of needs it and resonates. Okay, we're reading Crystal Skull because I found that first. So, knowledge, insight, cosmic awakening. Intense downloads and cosmic activations are be streaming through to your being. And of course they are, because it's the Lionsgate portal. Good timing to pick the card. New insights are shaking things up, shifting you into the next octave. You've never been more ready for this. You've been doing the work and are rising into the next stage of your journey. Downloads, lucid dreams, and sparks. She already said intense downloads. Lucid dreams and sparks of remembrance are ramping up this intel ignites within you. What once was dormant is now awakening. I also said that at some point. Stored within the crystal skulls of ancient times past, the memory of an awakened earth was lovingly preserved. The living records of what is truly possible for thriving, harmonious humanity. As this long prophesied time is now upon us, you're being activated, along with the many gifts, special abilities, and perceptions you may not have been aware of you held until now. And again, just to stress, if you're not aware of that, that's really what the Lionsgate portal is about, is intense healing activations and can really awaken your dormant gifts. And that's why I say, like, that's actually what I do all year round, but it's strong energy that's coming in. It's an opportunity to like open your eyes and really like receive this energy. This is a culmination of your many lifetimes lived on the planet. I spoke about that in this too. As your soul's memories emerge, you're reassured that you're ready. So again, I feel it's a message for the masculine as well. You've got a huge big lion on it. It's the Lionsgate portal, and this is saying you're ready. There's nothing to fear. By staying grounded, that's came up too. You hold a steady mental and emotional foundation which brings an air of calm to moments of rapid awakening. If you're wondering how to make sense of it all, now's the perfect time for intuitive writing. Oh, there's the poet thing. And journaling. Allow the mind to release its analytical grip by softening into the ancient wisdom of the heart. As your memory vault unlocks, now is a delicate time of integration. Breathe, relax, and trust in the process. That's something they always used to say on my counselling course. Trust the process, because you do. Whether you're in personal therapy or training therapy, you do need to trust the process. It's pretty crazy. Um, Let it all work out. Let it all work out. I like that song. That just popped in my head. What is this called? Timeline jump. It keeps pulling me in. The thing. What's that called? It's called The. So where is it? There it is. The Deep Descent. Subconscious underworld evacuating the old. In a world where many focus on their best angle, you're here to radiate your most authentic self. In overemphasizing perfection, oh, that came up in this too, you may unknowingly conceal the raw and vulnerable aspects of yourself. When things are going swell, we have a spring in our step and tend to be more outward. I'm going to drink something I just remembered. Oh, please just hurry on be Monday or Tuesday so I can eat something. Oh my God, because the chicken water doesn't count, okay? That is meant to be eating something, but it doesn't count. And if I get, fuck it, do you know, what, I might just risk it. It's really not worth risking it. So I'm just arguing myself back and forward. I'll just stick to the chicken water. Um, when things are going swell, we have a spring in our step and tend to be more outward with our energy. Don't worry, I'm going to have another big mug of chicken water after this. And the thing is, right, I skimmed all the whatever it is. It said to skim all the froth off the top, but it feels like it fucking took all the flavour out. Because when I done it before, it did taste chickeny, but it just doesn't even taste chickeny. I thought that's, I don't know. This is external. It's a learning curve every time I do this. This is external perception we have been taught. It's so important to maintain. However, how do you say that? Buoying upon, I don't know how to say that. Buoying upon the water's surface. I think it's just buoying. The iceberg is just a small part of the picture. Beneath the surface exists a much larger domain of unconscious thoughts and beliefs. This is a deeper dimension of ourselves, the storage centre for our shadows and traumas. The heavy, weighted emotions that lurk beneath the surface. Oh, I'm feeling a lot of activation in the head. So when I feel it myself, that's because it's if you, some of you want to receive it. And crown chakra came out a few times tonight. Wearing masks and hiding your pain and fears and insecurities from others denies your radical authenticity, which is such a shame because that is what someone's going to love about you. The right person is going to love that about you when you're vulnerable enough to show it. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me is on right now. Don't hurt me no more. Where to get to? Yeah. No longer must you suffer behind closed doors. Your honest, raw self is an inspiration for a healing world. By being vulnerable and giving yourself permission to seek help, you inspire others to do the same. Oh, see, I wasn't talking about counselling there for no reason. Maybe that's what someone's been guided to do or done. Now's a time of deep descent, an inward pilgrimage of tender healing, the journey of acknowledging all parts of the self, including the light, the dark, and all in between. It's okay not to have everything together, to be seen in your unraveling and unpolished state. You are worthy, you are loved. Absolutely. And that's why I always say, with my North Node, which is always about your calling and your destiny, being in Gemini in the eighth house, that's, a lot of my sessions are that, is people telling me like their deepest, darkest secrets and things they're not proud of. And then me holding space for it and being like, right, are you ready to forgive yourself and still feel worthy and manifest your dreams? You know what I mean? Because, yeah, everybody fucks up. I fucked up, you fucked up, we all fuck up. But when you learn from it, that's a good thing. And then you can be happy. We didn't come here to make life boring and we're not always going to get it right. So, feeling the energy of that. And then I'm going to say bye and I'm going to come right back and do Charlotte's. And probably just do Charlotte's and go, to be honest, because, but I'll do Charlotte's and I'll do like some collective cards. But Charlotte, are you ready? Um, if you're not, I'll start with the collective. So, right, thank you for joining me, and I hope this fight. Well, I really, really hope and pray that this one finds who needs it in the Twin Flame Collective, because of how imminent it seems, and definitely let us know. I wouldn't advise in the comments, you can if you want. There's another hilarious synchronicity letting us know that somebody had a lot of options. Mambo number 5. A little bit of Jessica on this, a little bit of Shooby-Doo on all the names, you know what I mean? It's quite funny. I'm just finished, yeah. I thought that would happen. We're in alignment. So I will see you in a minute. But yeah, thank you everyone and have a oh no, I'm going to say, I'll say that at the end of the other one. But have a magical Lionsgate portal if you're not. Oh, it's also 111. And that's about alignment, new beginnings. Have a magical Lionsgate portal and general weekend. And I'll see you next week if you're leaving us here. Just me trying to end it. Oh gosh, why do I do this every time? Minimize that. And then, right.